What's going on, good people? Back at it again. Second episode of No More Half Measures. Brought to you by the good brothers who brought you good earners. Breaking down the
Mm-hmm.
Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
Until we get all the way acclimated with Breaking Bad, we're still going to make sure we give our shout out on the work that we did over there. But we are not here to talk about Sopranos, even though you're probably going to hear some references. We're here to continue our Breaking Bad conversation. Arguably the greatest show of all time. We're here to break it down scene by scene. I'm your host, Rich, joined by my two brothers, Spike Lou the Legend, Maurice Hunt the
What up?
Third. How y'all brothers feeling?
Hey,
Feeling good, feeling great.
hey, man, I'm ready to cook. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to cook. I got the utensils
like
to the side. I'm ready to cook. I
Yeah, you
can't
got
wait
the
to get
Jesse
into
Pinkman hat. Yeah, you got the Jesse Pinkman Scully.
that
So it looks
kind
like
of
you're ready to
all kind of came
make sure you
together.
get
You know what I'm saying?
get the plastic one, man. The plastic one, the one with
Hey,
the
man.
yeah, all that stuff on the bottom of it.
Yeah, gotta get it. Gotta get the whole layout. You know what I mean? But yeah,
But we appreciate everybody for tuning back in. Welcome back. Um, Last week was the intro, man. Last week was the intro. I want to know how y'all fellas thought about it, or what y'all thought about it, should I say? As we get into the swing of things, the feedback that you've been hearing personally, we'll obviously read some emails. But what was your overall thoughts on how the first episode went, and how did it feel just getting back in the swing of things with the trio?
it
Felt
felt.
good.
Yeah, go ahead. Spike, my bad.
So it felt good, man. I'm surprised people think that I have this. I'm going to do this thing with, with
Nah,
Walt
we
Jr.
knew
Man, I don't know
you
where that
said
comes
you
from.
said that during Sopranos.
That's right.
You
I'm not.
Yeah.
said
I'm
while Junior
so
got to watch
shocked.
out. Yeah,
I'm so shocked that people. It's a Reddit page that they started like a thread rather. So
Mm.
I'll be checking over there in the Frames Per Second podcast, man. We'll post some of this. Maybe we'll post like episode review posts or something like that. See what we do.
yeah, we
Get
can
some
do that.
comments on it.
We can do that.
Yeah.
What about you, Mo?
It was great. Like you're getting in the swing. We're trying to find our rhythm again. It's like picking up a basketball again. We're doing the weave, drill until we get back into get our footwork back. And so you can feel it like towards the middle of the episode where I was like, okay, we're back in the groove. Like we're back in this thing. And listening back, I was like, okay, and getting some feedback. My sister commented, but we chopped it up about it too. She's like, boy, y'all. Oh man, y'all boys hilarious, dude. Like
Yeah,
just
man.
how
Ash
y'all, yeah,
Shout out to Sis, man.
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Ash, man. She definitely sent an email with quotes from all three of us. So we'll definitely read that here in a second.
What about
Were
you?
you finished, Mo? My
Yeah,
bad.
that's it. How about you? How you feeling like after that first episode?
Oh, feeling good, man. Feeling good. It's good to be back. Obviously, with all three of us, I record with Spike all the time. Record with Mo sparingly here and there.
Mhm.
So have us all three back. It's always a fun time, man. You never know where these conversations are gonna go. Obviously, we switched it up a little bit with me kind of being the host on this one and tossing it to Mo and Spike. So trying to
Mhm.
get my rhythm there. That's about it,
Yeah,
because a
yeah.
lot of long format, something never done before, but
Mhm.
feel good with it. So with that being said, I want to make sure that we take some time to read some emails. We appreciate y'all for sending these in. If you want to be a part of the episode, hopefully it gets to the point where it'll be a good problem where we can't read all the emails. We'll only have
Yeah,
to select a few.
yeah.
But we want y'all to continue to write in, be a part of the show. We'll read you on air and take it from there. So the first one is our guy. It's only right. Chris Falone commented on
Hey,
Instagram.
It,
I
it,
know, right? Our guy Chris commented on Instagram once he saw our first pilot release. Welcome back, gentlemen, with the hand praise emojis. Always good to chop it up with you, Chris. We had you on the last episode of Good Earners. We might have to have you on this one as well if you
hmm
feel like discussing some Breaking Bad with us. We definitely appreciate you.
yeah.
Moving on. Speaking of Ash, shout out to Ash. That was insane work from Skylar for sure. Shake my head.
Hmm.
Spike Lou, I got a text message. Just saying, man. I see y'all on Skylar early. I'm like, nah, that's Spike Lou. They already coming
Nah,
at you, man.
I've
now,
been
now
receiving
we.
it
I
all
was
day.
with it though. I was with like hey, come on, man. Like
I
the
agree. Listen, I'm
left-handed
with you.
Jack is crazy.
Man, while you
Listen, man.
searching eBay or
We
selling
go we
something on
go
eBay, like listen, man, you can go
You
we
sleep on the
gonna get
couch, man, bro.
you didn't give me the dominant hand, bro. You couldn't even give me the dominant
that's
hand, bro.
that's a good point, man. I
Crazy.
got the left-handed joint. That shit
That's
crazy. That's mad that you like if that's some. Come on, man. I ain't.
all
We gotta get
right,
into the episode.
all right.
Uh, Monica. Shout out to Monica reaching out to us
Hey,
once again. Thanks so much for the shout out. Still haven't finished the episode, but it's already awesome. Y'all going off on Skylar was hilarious and well deserved. Laughing emoji. A lot of people in agreement with the Skylar slander, and it's just getting started. It's even more discussing this episode.
Man. Oh yeah.
It's even more discussing this episode, man. So we'll get into it. Moving on to YouTube, we got a few comments. Kiori Okapi, excuse me. Our guy. Once again, he was on that episode with Chris Malone. All caps. Ain't no way that Spike described Bogdan's eyebrows as a porn star's bush. That's already the signs of a classic podcast ahead of us.
Yes.
Glad to see y'all back, though. Yes, he did. And
Yes. Fire.
it's only episode 1, folks. It's only episode 1. We'll see
that was
how
just a
far we
real
can take
time.
this.
That was just a real time. I knew. I said when I said, man, I said that needed to be clipped right there because I said when he started getting into that, and then we all just like, bro, with them eyebrows, I knew immediately watching, and then when you got that off, I was like, this is a moment already.
Yeah. Man, despite it's only listen, only the pilot. Another YouTube comment from Ash once again. Great episode, fellas. Y'all are hilarious. Spike Lou, quote, I would unalive myself if Skylar was my wife. End quote.
He don't even remember saying
Rich.
that.
I do. Because I stand on that.
She quoted me in this episode. Walter getting the hand job for his birthday. What the fuck we doing? Put your face down there. Absolutely. 100%. I believe in that wholeheartedly. Man. Y'all stop playing with me. Like I told you, I'm cheating right now. So the first opportunity I'm cheating.
I'm not even coming home.
Yeah. And then she quoted Mo as well. Spike, when you turn 50, did they give you the 50 bacon?
That was a good one.
Excited for this journey with y'all. And then we also got one from CleCloud 7414. I was so excited when I saw the notification for your upload this morning. Welcome back. Got a couple emails from our man. Always appreciate it. Also got a couple emails from our guy Ike from the UK, across the pond, bruv.
G'day, mate.
I was sending an email saying it's Ike from the UK. I'm glad you guys have started this pod. My first watch was when it says uni. I'm not sure if that's over the pond talk.
That's when they're in college.
Okay, then. University.
Oh, like university.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got you. Okay, now I didn't know y'all call it uni for sure. Look at this cultured ass nigga.
Hey, I know, right? What don't he know? What can't he do? Huh?
My first watch was when I was uni and I was 2021. Not the year. He said he was around 2020 or 2021 years old. My second was last year with my partner, and I had to keep pausing the show to point out how inconsiderate pretty much everyone around Walter is. At the beginning of the show and most of his life, he's been a victim. He's someone people bully and punch down on. Look at his birthday. Marie and Skylar don't check Hank, who's talking to Walter like that in his own house. You'd think it was Hank's birthday. I agree 100%. He took over. The credit card receipt got me mad. Maybe as an adult now with 2 kids and being the breadwinner makes me see this different. Walter is already moonlighting. Their money problems obviously didn't start overnight. Why isn't Skylar working? That ends that email, but did Skylar, she ended up doing some stuff.
I can't wait to figure that out because there's some things in this episode that make me kind of think about that a little bit. So, yeah.
This is part of the excitement, as I mentioned in the last episode, this being my first rewatch. I've seen Breaking Bad, obviously, but I never went back to watch it again. So I can't reference Sopranos. I can reference stuff in the future and tie things together. The Wire, I can do that. A lot of shows. I can't necessarily do that. Once I see it, I'll remember. I remember a lot of the big moments, but I don't remember the small stuff like I normally pay attention to. So that's what's most exciting for me. It's almost like a fresh watch for the first time. And then Ike also sent another email. Breaking Bad, in quotes, is in every single one of us. Every human has their limits or circumstances that can turn them. We just have experiences and privileges in life that help stop that. Walter needs to make money fast before he passes. Could he have used his smarts and found a legitimate job? Of course. I don't think he started off as a terrible person like that. Like I referenced in my past email, look at how he is treated in life. So that's going in reference to a conversation we had about whether or not Walter always had this in him and it's just been released. Pause.
I disagree with that.
I was gonna say, I think you kind of expressed that last week. You disagreed.
Yeah, I think that he's broken bad already, like just from how he set the whole scenario up.
Hmm.
And I didn't notice this until a second. I think this may be my third or fourth time watching. But and not to get too deep into it because we'll explore it throughout the show. But even in that episode, like you, he initiated this, regardless of the
Hmm.
reason why.
Hmm.
He initiated all of this and the shit that come from it. He continues to show that he's already broken bad by the time the show started. They wanted us to believe that there's some point in the show that he broke bad,
Hmm.
but he had already
I,
broken bad like
Yep.
once this had started.
Yep.
there's going to be a moment in this episode I want to come back to this conversation because I
Okay.
think it
Okay.
might counter what you're saying. I thought
Okay.
about that a lot. Your stance on it. I thought about it a lot, and this episode, I think more than well, I can't say more than any, but this episode reminds me that Walter still has some humanity in him,
Hmm.
Mm.
and I don't know if it's the same thing. We'll discuss it when we get there. But
I
speaking
know.
of
I think I
which,
know what you're talking about too. Yeah.
okay, yeah. There's a moment, and it's funny because well, I'll talk about it when we get there. Um, season 1, episode 2. Premiered January 27th, 2008. That was a day after my 21st birthday.
Mm.
It's called Cats in the Bag. Spike Lou, you got a synopsis for us?
Absolutely, man. So this is episode. What's the name of this episode? I ain't got to pull it up. I thought
Cats
I
in the
had it here.
Bag.
Cats in the bag. You just said it. All right.
Yeah,
So
thanks for
Jesse
paying
and Walt
attention, brother.
discover Jesse and Walt discovered that they didn't finish the job from the last episode. Walt gets a suspicious call from AT&T while having breakfast, which prompts Skylar to do some additional digging. Walt discovers a loose end stumbling down and through the streets, and later, Walt sparks a doobie, and Jesse is going to need a new bathtub. This is season 1, episode 2. Cats out the bag. No more half measures. Let's go.
Let's
Hey,
go.
man, I'm so happy to have the synopsis
Yes, me
back.
too. Thank you.
Let's get into it. Walter, as we open this episode, is a continuation from the end of the pilot. Walter is giving Skylar dick she don't deserve. As he comes home, Skylar's panting, Walter's panting, and we see Walter get up to the bathroom. And there's a flashback, the only one in the season, or I guess the only one left in the series where they actually flash back and show you the 12 hours ago, or whatever the case was. We go back to the desert where the RV that was crashed is pulled out by a forklift, not a forklift, but a some construction item, some construction. I don't even know what to call this. Bulldozer. I don't know, man. Some kind of construction shit. Y'all see, I never really worked that shit. But either way,
Yeah, you get the point, people.
yeah,
So
I'm about to say,
Bobcat.
thank you, Bobcat. We see Walter and we see Jesse not even negotiating, but explaining themselves as to how the RV got down when nobody asked them a question about how you got down there. Really just going back and forth, two guilty parties. Jesse hands him $40, which Walter looks over because the person that's pulling him out is not satisfied. And Walter reaches in the bag and gives him a
$40.
handful, $40, gives him a handful of money and tells him we couldn't be more grateful. I want to talk to you fellas real quick about what's going on. Shout out to my brother Chaz because he has a quote that he always says, save your sorries and your lies, you're going to need them one day. That's what I thought about when I saw Jesse and Walter explaining themselves for no damn reason. Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, bro. Pay me my money so I can get the fuck on. What do you think about the intro scene where they're continuing the sex, and also as we flash back to them getting this RV out the ditch before they start the rest of this adventure?
So when they're having sex, that's 12 hours later.
Yeah, this happened just like the pilot episode.
Yeah.
We
So
saw this happen. So yeah, that happened later on.
okay, so he's. I mean, I think that as far as the sex goes, like, he's getting a rush from this. Like that's the way I view it. He's getting a rush off of this. Like his mundane, regular life, as hard of decisions they're gonna have to make as we get through the episode. He's getting a rush off of this. He's smoking weed now, which is helping him out, and the excitement of this breaking the mundane monotony of just being a school teacher. Like it's giving him a rush as much as it's scary and risky. I think it does give him a rush, you know what I'm saying, in a subtle way where, he's taking charge and he's looked to as somebody that has answers, even though we see through it, he's struggling, but still, like his students look at him like you're a clown, you're just another teacher. But one of his former students, now his business partner, at least at this moment, is looking for him for all the answers. And so I think it's a rush for him as far as the sex goes. And then as far as the desert goes, it makes sense. I mean, these are two civilians. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Jesse, he said, I don't do well with dead bodies. He's a nickel and dime, drug dealer or whatever. And Walt hadn't done this. So this level of thinking people are dead in your RV, yeah, you're over explaining. You never done this before. You imagine working a 9 to 5 trying to do a side hustle and all of a sudden something goes left and somebody dies in your presence. Like, you're trying to figure like, wow, yeah, you're gonna be and then because it's still fresh on your psyche. You know what I mean? We like to think we'd be cool and carry it together, but the reality is, like, bruh, you think you're going to jail. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. You brought up a great point. He does get a rush from this, and you can tell. And I think that's brilliant writing by Vince and the team, the show creator, in the sense of seeing how this is affecting Walter. I never felt, well, maybe the first watch, but on none of my rewatches though did I feel sorry for him, in a sense of how people treated him, because he allowed that. He allowed people to treat him that way because he tries to lead with his smarts. Even in class, you guys remember some of your favorite teachers. The way that they were able to break through to you is they were cool. They did stuff. They had presence. He lacks presence. Like the car wash dude for not finna talk to me like that. The little kid that pulled up at the car wash not finna talk to me like. There's a lot of people that ain't about to talk to me like that, and ain't gonna try to talk to me like that when I'm leading with presence. He leads with his brilliance, which you can't do because everybody don't respect it. Like, yeah, but what you do with it? You're a teacher, bro. Like, you're in here teaching me chemistry. I don't give a fuck how smart you are. So he don't understand that, and he starts to understand it a lot later in the series. It's the presence of what he turns into and leading with that name, putting on what he puts on. Like, that is what it sparks for him. But I agree also with you, Mo, in the sense of like being out there, you have a dead body, you a school teacher, this dude's a nickel and dimer, and I get the over explaining. I do love how they wrote this and shot this, as far as it was presented to the dude. We're like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Just give me my money, bro. Like, I ain't gotta say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. I came out here to do a job. I've done that job, and you trying to give me $40 without having to say anything. It's a lot of these great moments like this in Breaking Bad.
100%, man. And being a tow truck driver, I'm sure he didn't seen it all. So he probably knows. We just had a conversation about this on
Bro,
Another Week in
y'all,
the Books, was just released this past weekend for it, Spike and myself. Sometimes there's situations where asking questions and trying to find out information, it's just there's no win in it, bro. Just mind your business and keep shit pushing. That's just what it comes down to. So I can understand that. Um,
y'all in the
I want
RV
to
in the
move.
middle of nowhere, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like, I know what's going on. This is New Mexico. Like, we know what people do out here in RVs.
Right.
which
And
goes back to the point. Go ahead, my bad.
I was gonna say, as crazy as they're trying to help each other through their lie, but this is an early start of them building some kind of chemistry. They're both terrible at lying right now. They're terrible at a lot of things, but they make the decision, which, I mean, it's been so long you forget. They make the decision, after this we done. Like, this ain't for me. I'm out. You know what I mean? We gonna get this situation handled, and then we're done. Our business is done, which would scare anybody. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, bro, literally, I just try to make a connection because I know how I can make some good meth, and immediately it's like, this what happens? No. You know what I mean? So it's funny how things transpire far in the series. And one thing I'll say, and this is not a spoiler, it's just a future statement that I think I want to keep a harking on. So in Good Earners, we drove the point of in at the end. That concept was a lingering thing that came out in the pilot, and we looked at everything from that lens. Something I want to bring to our attention that maybe we keep in consideration. It's one of the last lines that Walter says in the series. I did this because I was good at it. Not for this, not for that, because I was good at it. Keep that kind of thought as we look at the pilot now and how we get all the way to the last season, because that's something that has been ringing in my ear a lot. Like, I always thought that line was trash, but now I'm looking at it, I'm like, So anyway, that's just a little sidebar.
You know what? And you brought up the next scene, so I'll get there. But thinking about that makes me think about the whole victim part. And maybe he needed that. And y'all talked just now about him getting a rush. because he probably went throughout his life and the things he was good at wasn't exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just weren't exciting. I'm a smart dude. I'm a chemistry teacher,
Mm-hmm.
which is a big time shit. But the average person, all right, bro, cool, you smart. Nobel Peace Prize, all right, cool. So him being in this game as this famous speech where he said, "I work for a company. I manage a company or start up an enterprise so large that if I were to stop showing up to work, it would belly up. It's large enough to go on the Nasdaq, and if I didn't show up, shit would go under. That's how important I am." So the good at it part, I think that you were on to something, and that's something that I'm gonna now I might look at him through that lens. I think Walter is who he is,
Mm-hmm.
but these early episodes, he does have some humanity, and we'll get to it. And part of that humanity, as Mo mentioned, what happened next, as they're in the RV trying to make sure it doesn't flood, they come to the decision, or Walter comes to the decision, say, "Hey man, we about to get rid of these bodies, and that's it. We ain't gonna tell nobody. This whole thing is over. I'm done cooking meth." I don't think if he was that motivated, future Walter Heisenberg, which we end up seeing,
Mm-hmm.
he would have said, "Fuck that, bro. We got to keep going. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
do whatever we do." There's a lot of struggle. I don't know if that's because he's just now starting or whatever the case is, but we see them in the RV. They're gonna go on their own separate ways until they realize Crazy Eight is still alive, and now they got a bigger problem on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us back to 12 hours later. Walter's on the bathroom floor from the night before. Skylar's knock on the door. He's naked. Looks like he slept there all night. We see the sunlight out. Then there's the breakfast, our second breakfast scene of the series,
Yeah, I know
where
Skylar don't got that knocked down like that. You can tell something. I know she don't.
Hey, your man's naked cuddling with the bathroom
Hey,
floor, bro.
I know Skylar don't got. Well, actually, she might though. From what we see later in this series, she might.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, maybe walk the prize the way she
do.
acting. Maybe
I
that
told you I don't
maybe.
remember much, but I remember Ted.
Yeah. We'll get to Ted.
Yeah, man. You see the awkward moment at breakfast.
Mm.
Skylar, or excuse me, Walt is talking about actually some creep shit. Bro, you talking about cleavage on high school girls and shit, and even the small busted girls, they have cleavage now because of the Wonder Bra. As Walt Jr. chimes in, Skylar ain't trying to hear none of that because, bro, you came in super late. Instead of explaining to me, you tried to just dick me down. Then you got up and slept in the bathroom all night, and you refuse to acknowledge it. This is weird. What do you think about the breakfast scene and what's been going on? Spike Lee, I'm gonna toss it to you first.
This is a good setup. This is a good setup for Skylar to start to be suspicious. I don't want to keep referencing stuff later on, but it's a surprising moment when she figures everything out, and they do such a good job of planting seeds. Like when you go back and watch, you be like, okay, she didn't just guess that, and they didn't just throw that on us as writers on the show. It's like little stuff like this, and it builds and it builds and it builds. And she's putting it together. She's a lot smarter than you think that she is. So this was one of those pivotal scenes in that. Like it's what they say when you have a partner. It's like, nah, I know you. Something up, bruh. Like something different. You walking in there to answer the phone, and I'm just talking about in general life. Like you press and decline on these calls when we're in the car together. You know how y'all know how women be. So when those small
Your
things that
phone's
we as
turned
men,
down. Why is it on in
yeah,
his
like well,
face?
why your phone turned down? Like what who keep texting you? Like shit like that. When we think as men, are we getting it off? And they notice immediately. It's like a lot of women say, like, I know you better than you know yourself. So as any slight change, I'm now starting to become suspicious. So
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing that into play here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Walt Jr. being Walt Jr.
And it,
Before
and
I
it,
before I
no, go ahead.
go ahead, Mo. I was gonna say before I toss it over to you, Mo, I do want to finish off to what leads to something Spike just said, which was Skylar's putting all this together. One major part of this is the phone call that Walt gets from AT&T. He automatically knows it's Jesse Pinkman on the other line, which I appreciate Jesse because there's not too many times where I can say Jesse was smart, but I do appreciate him at least tuning it in as he was a telemarketer, and which I forget. I miss those days when I had a house phone and everything like that. You just
Man,
doesn't know who
bro.
was calling you until you picked up stuff like, and he got on the phone. It was pretty much, yo, man, I got a body over here, bro. Dude's still alive. He in the RV outside. I need you to come over here and help me take care of this. Walter, like, man, I'm a working man. I got to go to class. Jesse pretty much on some, nah, I need you to go ahead and call off today. We got to take care of this, which is understandable. Literally a dead body plus another body who we thought was dead just came alive. Fuck work, fuck chemistry class. Come over here with me and help take care of this
They
shit.
said I beat her
And
after school. Nigga, are you
yeah, I said
serious?
you got me fucked up. And we see
Bro,
Walter. The
I'm pulling up
Go
with the
ahead.
RV at the school.
I might,
Think it's a game.
I
I
might pull up
might,
to your house. Hey,
I might,
hey,
man.
come on outside, bro. We got shit to do.
Yeah, it's some bullshit. I like the fact that they played together or played back and forth with the fake sales call, trying to keep it cool, even though Jesse was on one end saying the other, and Walter was playing it cool in front of Skylar. But we see Skylar get up from the table and start fidgeting with the mail, which really we know she's just trying to be nosy. And as soon as Walt and Walt Jr. leave for school, she immediately star 69's that call or whatever the buttons were to trace the call back. Was it star 69?
It was
See
star
what the call?
69, and Jesse should have used star 67 to block the
Yeah,
number.
star 60. That's what I was gonna say. He's blocked the number with star 67. Like immediately, y'all. As soon as Walt wasn't even in the car yet. Car wasn't even started. And she went straight to that phone to figure it out. So that goes to Spike's point. Mo, gotta ask you about Skylar's, I don't want to say behavior, but her observation in this scene, knowing, hey, that wasn't no telemarketer. I gotta figure out what's going on because my husband's acting weird.
Well, what they did in the pilot is they similar to we always reference Sopranos, so get over it. Similar to their like we but a little different because they give us this idea in the pilot that this is how his life has been since being married. You see that there's no real excitement, no real change in structure. Like again, we talked about the hang job, like him being 50, nothing is. He's very predictable. Like she was arguing, like, hey, when you get off at 5, make sure you tell him you're leaving at 5. Like everything was structured and understood by Skylar. She had his whole schedule laid out. So as much as you want to be like, how did you even know this? Like, come on, bro. His stuff is so structured and predictable. That's why it's a shock later in the series. Like the classic phrase of the knock thing, because she almost like, who is this man? The man I know is predictable. This, and this. So
What'd you say, Rich?
and so that I think that's what makes the radar go off for her. Is just this is unpredictable. Any slight difference in how he does things will immediately trigger Skylar. So.
Spike Lou, what did you think about Jesse's voicemail?
He said he had been calling Walt Sale, right?
No. What do you think about his actual voice message machine? When Skylar calls back, she calls Jesse's number. And
Oh, 167 today. Typical. Typical Pinkman shit. That's I love how they get them into their characters early and then you just see that develop out. That's one of the most fantastic things about this series is why it's regarded as one of the best shows ever. Like these characters are these characters. Like this is what it is. Like that voicemail is a Jesse Pinkman voicemail.
Can I ask this?
And the MySpace page.
Oh man. Oh my goodness.
My shout or whatever they call it.
Hey, real
I didn't
quick.
even think about that.
Yeah, I definitely thought about that. Real quick, I want to ask you. I mean, maybe both of y'all, since y'all share similar brains. Do you? We talk about you saying you don't ever feel bad for Walt through the series. Do you ever feel bad for Jesse through the series?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
he got drugged into this bullshit by this maniac.
I just had to know where your heart lay.
Psychopath drugged me into this. Like I feel that's the victim in this series.
Okay,
in my opinion.
All right, okay. I did not know you was going with that way. Like it's not like a Christopher Moltisanti type of thing.
No. This man he was out here living this drug dealer like dime piece life, and all of a sudden his high school teacher came and asked him did he want to sell meth, and it just so happened he the best meth cooker in New Mexico or the world. He can't turn that down. Man, I felt sorry for him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I
think people give Jesse a bad rap because of his drug usage, and they look at him as a certain way. I think Christopher doesn't get that same sympathy because he's a gangster. So he's expected, but Jesse is not that. Like Jesse, just
Chris signed up for
Albuquerque.
This. Okay. He wanted to beat this.
Yeah. Jesse was just trying to put chili powder in his meth and make a name for himself in that sense. He wasn't trying to do all this other shit that ends up happening, which is still crazy because I talked about it last week about how I enjoyed the pilot this time, but it took me a while during my original watch. It's kind of crazy to, as good as well written as this is right now, you can't even fathom how good it's gonna get. Like that's what blows my mind. Like it's gonna get so much better. This show, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy.
Hey,
But
To sneak,
oh, go ahead.
I'll just do real quick to sneak a wire reference in this. Jesse is like Wallace or Naaman.
yeah.
Like that's who Jesse is.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
I can't
Straight up.
stand. I
That's a
can't
great
stand naming. Sorry.
But that's who Jesse is, though.
We'll come back to that. Let me think on that a little more.
Okay.
I wanted to say it's funny you said that because that was a question I had, and I want to ask it here because it's perfect time. We all watched the series, and the initial watch it felt slow. Does it still feel like that? Because to me, I was watching it, I was like, nah, this to me in this watch it feel like it picks up and really good in pacing. Like personally, in comparison to Sopranos, like I don't know, they don't feel as slow to me. I mean, they are taking a little time to develop the resolution or whatever, but it don't feel as slow to me in this. I don't know if y'all feel that way. I want to see what y'all thought.
True.
I was just about to say, I think the reason why it felt slow the first time is because you spent the first 3 episodes on the same day.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
That's a good point.
That's a
you know
great
what I mean?
point.
You gotta think at
The
the end
same
of this
couple of
episode,
days. 'Cause this, are you talking about? Okay,
same
that's
2
I see
days,
what
or
you're
whatever.
saying.
Because even at the end of this episode, you still don't have the crazy Ace problem solved. So we dragging that into episode 3. So you still kind of like, what is
Good
this? I
point.
know you got the cancer. The concept is cool, but when is it actually going to start kicking? But you need this. You need all of this. And then, like I said, once it gets to episode 6 and we meet Tuco, that's when everything just kind of take off. And that's when the show really starts humming. Because we got to think, no more half measures is season 3. And full measures, those are the last 2 episodes of season 3. So that's really not that far away when we think about it. We're going to be looking up and we're going to be at those episodes similar to how we were in Sopranos. We talked about a lot of classics and then it feels like, boom, it's there one day. So
the hardest part about, for me, I feel like in rewatching this, for me, and I know going to be especially for y'all, it's a hit and play on the next episode before we record the next week. I'm going to want to keep
I
running
know.
it back. Like, I'm going to want to be like, nah, I got to go on and see that next one because I remember, but I know they do such a great job of leaving it in places as to where, nah, I got to go on and hit play on this next one. But I don't want to do that while we record.
Yeah.
It's a lose sleep show. Like one of those shows where you, no matter how late you've been,
I can't wait to
you
watch
always
the
got to
next.
be. I gotta do one more, man. I gotta do
Facts.
one more. Like whatever time I said I was gonna wake up, I gotta push it back.
That's facts.
Facts.
So that's what it comes down to. We see Walter at school, and he's in front of his class, and he mentions the word chiral, which is a Greek word for hands. He talks about the concept of things taking a mirror image forms all the way down to the molecule level, but they aren't the same, even though they may look the same. Obviously, this is a foreshadowing. We don't know it yet, but it's a foreshadowing for Walter White, the teacher, and then Heisenberg. He obviously is dealing with some paranoia, losing train of thought, teaching his class, still being on top of things, but he has other things on his mind. I think he even as a student even says he imagines a student says, "Is this going to be in the murder?" So he's out of it, which Walter we know is normally on top of it. The student really said midterm. And then we later see Walter go into the school, I guess supplies department for their science and picks up some acid, sulfuric acid. I forget the exact kind. That's what we have going on at school. So he plans on doing something with that. We just don't know what it is at this time. What do you think about the whole chirality, double entendre, symbolism, whatever you want to call it? Or chiral, excuse me, not chirality.
They're bodying it. Like they're totally. They're totally.
Does it matter to?
Yeah, it matters. It matters.
No. What I mean is, given that you don't know it yet, because it's something I appreciate later. You don't appreciate the first watch.
Yeah, you're right. You don't appreciate it on the first watch at all. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we got our fourth co-host with us, man.
Yeah, he popped in.
M3 and M4.
Yeah, no doubt. That's why we were laughing for a little bit. But go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, he pop in and out. But yeah, I mean, I like it. Like I said, the last episode with the flame going, on and off and then turn the page. And then now the chiral concept, like I like this little subtle, and it's not overly deep. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a big fan of overly deep concepts, like where you can't catch it. Like if you watch a show twice, you can't catch it. It's like, you know what I mean? So
you gotta watch a YouTube video or something like that.
Explain the ending or the
with
Easter
that.
eggs.
Like I don't want to have to go to nobody else to have to figure it out. Like I want you to be able to explain it well enough on screen where I can figure this out. I think one of what this show was great at was doing things like that. And one of my unpopular opinions and why Better Call Saul is slightly better than this because they practice it here and then they pulled it off so well in Better Call Saul.
Mm.
Like if you go like your second or third watch, well, have I watched it 3 times? But the second watch of Saul, and you like, oh shit, I didn't even peep that. It's
Mm.
so well done. That shit is a masterpiece.
Damn, I might have to.
That shit is a masterpiece. Like when you watch it the second time, you like, oh my God, I ain't even peeped that. After you know everything that you know,
Yeah.
Um, Spike, did you have any comment on the duality of
mm-mm,
things? Okay.
mm-mm.
We moved back to Jesse's crib, and it's funny because the show we're seeing Jesse get the concealer or makeup, whatever you want to call it, so he can cover his black eye. And it just looks like a regular scene. Like, why are y'all putting in this scene here? Why are y'all showing this? But then we hear a noise outside where Jesse looks out the window and realizes the RV door is open. Goes outside, opens the door, and realizes that one body is missing. Emilio's still there, but Crazy Eight is now gone, which honestly is one of my favorite parts of the show or this episode. We pan over to Walter driving in the Pontiac Aztec, which we talked about last week. Walter having a rough go at it. And Crazy Eight looks like a fucking zombie. It looks like some Walking Dead shit, some thriller shit. This dude just breathing heavy in the middle of the street. For one, the first thing I thought of, man, what a fucking neighborhood that nobody has called anybody or done it like this middle of the day and you got this dude walking down like a zombie. That just seems a little bit crazy. But
Y'all
Walter
think he
sees
could have
it and
hit
they
him with
do it.
his car and got away with this? They'd be like, man, he was just
Um,
running in the middle of the street. And then if he said when he did come to, be like, nah, like I don't know him. That's a concussion. I don't know what he talking about.
yeah, it could be something wild. I don't think he wanted to risk it, but I will say something about this shot before I get y'all opinion on the scene. I just did an episode of Culture Garden where I talked about one battle after another, and Paul Thomas Anderson had this shot in that film where Chase Infinity and Regina Hall were in the bathroom. And the way he shot it was you were seeing Chase Infinity's face, but you saw Regina's Hall's face in the mirror. And I love how in this scene, you're looking out the windshield like you're driving or you're in the car with Walter, but you still have Walter in the frame in the rearview mirror. I just think that's brilliant cinematography and storytelling when they directed this because you kind of see some guy just going on his drive. Who the fuck is this crazy dude? Oh shit, that's the dude that I'm responsible for. Why the fuck? And the way he looked back, like, why the fuck is he in the street? And he immediately hits reverse, goes, doesn't know what to do. Sir, hello, hello. But he recognizes Walter. It kind of bothered me that he just all of a sudden started running because you look like you have
Yeah,
dead,
like
but you
why
got
you
the energy.
walking down the street like that, but still running?
Exactly. I
That was a
know
little
there's
off.
probably a human effect of this is the dude that did this to me. So my natural instinct is just try to get away, survival instincts. I get it. But at the same time, it was a little annoying. He ran right into a tree.
I would
I
have at
want to
least
get y'all
tapped him with the
thoughts.
car.
Yeah,
I'd,
he
I'd
said.
at least tapped him just to knock him down. Like where it wouldn't do no damage and he couldn't run, but just tap him a little bit.
Hit her
I
with the
want to get
car
y'all.
door. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm
Nah,
saying,
that's
yeah,
real shit.
ride by.
That's real shit. I
Oh
want to get y'all
shit.
opinion on really what's your perspective. One, because you can't help if you Jesse, I ain't even putting this on him, right? Because he ain't expecting to do it. Walter, you told me dude was damn near half dead. I wasn't expecting him to have enough energy to get up out this RV, let alone walk down the street. But if you were Walter and you were driving down the street in your Aztec and you happen to see this, what is your initial thought? I gotta know.
I do remember my first time watching this and this kind of bothering me. I
Mm,
just didn't feel like it was realistic. Like what you said, like I thought it was one of, because again, the show was suggested to me, and I was like, ah, okay, it sounds okay. I'll check it out. And the first episode, I was like, okay, I'm cool with it. And then first watching this, it really bothered me, like what you said, Rich. Like this dude just walking down the street, nobody's seen or said anything. Like it ain't a police report. Like nothing happened. But I
mm,
gave that up. On second watch, I do get the kind of like show running of it, the cinematography, the things that you stated out, Rich. So it wasn't a problem. Especially, I was like, man, how walk get dude in the car? Because dead bodies weigh a lot more than just like regular bodies. You got all that dead weight. So
mm,
those were my initial thoughts. It didn't bother me as much second or third watch because it's a TV show. So that's where I was with it.
Fair enough. Mo, what about you?
Yeah, I never really thought about it, but it is like, they ain't gonna like that I'm gonna say this, but it is like Tyler Perry-ish. You know how he don't use no extras. it's,
Man, I ain't even think about that.
yeah, that's why his stuff don't be good. He don't use no extras. That's what make it unrealistic. People don't notice
There's
that.
a long list of why his stuff ain't
That's
good.
a long list, but if y'all
to
next
hear
time
no
y'all
there.
watch something from Tyler Perry, notice how he don't have no extras. He'll be having locations, but no extras. Nobody else is in there, but two people having dialogue
Because it's all done on his
on his set.
at his studio. They don't do it in real live.
Hire,
Plus,
hire people, bro.
true.
But yeah, and it bothered me. I mean, for me, it's just like the thing they did really well is just like the anxiety I would have if I'm Jesse. Like I'm in my crib, trying to figure out how to make my face look better. I'm hearing noise. I go outside and I don't see one of the bodies. I'm not even thinking he walking in the neighborhood. I'm thinking, yo, he found a way to get in my crib. I would be so paranoid. Again, I'm not a killer, bro. Like this is not my affairs. I sell a little bit on the side. I got some things working on my MySpace. This is not my lane, bro. And so it's like, so he's leaving them out there because it's like, bro, I'm just like, I felt Jesse on this episode, bro. I really did. Like I felt it. Well, both of them, as far as the anxiety of like, you don't know what you're doing, but you got to think fast and you're running out of time. So yeah, that whole thing for me more than anything. I mean, Walter getting them, that was cool, but like, yeah, it's more of the Jesse anxiety of it all for me.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that is real. Like if that was a real life scenario and you got a dude that's you're responsible for almost killing, he's just gone. You don't know where he went.
Mm-mm.
We didn't even see. I don't even know. I wonder if Jesse even looked for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We don't see that part. We see Walt put him in the car and they go back to Jesse's, but Jesse already in the house. Did Jesse leave? Did he try to call? I don't know. It's interesting how it works out. But as they're taking care of Crazy 8, we see pan back to Skylar at home, who is on finderspider.com to investigate this Jesse Pinkman character, does a reverse phone search, finds his My Shout page, which is a ripoff of MySpace. Disgusting page, by the way. Like, disgusting. Like, nah, this is nasty. Captain Cooks got his address on there, which is insane. He's here for hookups, body type lean and mean, ethnicity.
I'm here for hookups. It's crazy.
Yeah, here for
And
hookups.
he also some Craigslist vibes.
Yeah, here for hookups.
Hey, bro, that's insane.
Craig, he on that Craigslist time, bro.
Nah,
God, damn.
I don't know if y'all two, when I say y'all, I mean y'all two and all the listeners out there. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm one of those people where if a show has like a newspaper or a magazine article and they pan for a second, I'm definitely hitting pause and I'm reading what's on there. So that's what made me
I'd be
wanna
wanting
look
to
at it.
for real. Like I'd be like, man, let me see what's this.
Yeah, I always do. I'm just very curious about what they put in there and the whole nine. But I definitely, that's how I found out about what he said. There's also a section that said ethnicity. He said, I'm totally cool with ethnics, black, Mexican, whatever, as long as you're smoking hot, yo. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I gotta find somebody else, bro. Ain't no way there's multiple moments throughout this episode where I'm like, bro, I can't do business with Jesse. Like, I know I'm
Yeah.
fucked. I'm fucked.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah,
It was a convenient connection. That was what it was. Like it was.
He
you know
knew
you got
him,
to
and he knew he wanted to do it.
It's a convenient. Like okay, he already kind of he know a little bit about drug street stuff a little bit. I know him from school. You know people family do this all the time. They leverage the relationships or the convenience of, oh, don't such and such do this. Hey, yes, oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna call. Like that's all that was. Like it wasn't like he had a Rolodex of people he could connect with in that way.
Because I thought about that a couple scenes ago when we were asking. I didn't bring it up, but since you said it now, because I'm thinking Walt's so smart, you would think that he would cook a batch and get it to somebody, but he don't know nobody. And like you said, that's the point of entry for him is Jesse. Like I got to settle for this, which is why I also think Jesse's a victim.
That's why the show works, honestly, because Jesse's so dumb that you would logically think, Walter, you too smart for this, get away. But we also understand Walter's in a position where he has no other option.
Who else could he go to?
So you
You
have
know what I'm
to like
saying?
even though it's not logical for them to be together, they have to. They kind of married, and I love the fact they are an arranged marriage at this point. So it's very interesting when you see it. I'm
So
not finished with this
can I real
page.
quick? I was just going to say I was going. Can I
Go
real
ahead,
quick
get
go
it.
over
Go
his
ahead, get
general
into it.
interest?
Yeah, go ahead into it and his education.
General interest for this page. Fine herbage, keeping it real. Yu Roy Ki Kung Fu, blue belt with shrunken certification. Banging the skins with smoking bad twat hammer European motocross. Plan to attend Willie School in Vegas in summer. All caps, MILFs, 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 exclamation point. Education, J.P. Wayne High School, DeVry University, Datum System Management, and the streets, yo. That's an insane profile, dog.
Bro, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
If I seen that, bro, we'll never be friends. We'll never be cool. Matter of fact, I would be disappointed if we ended up in the same room together. And I don't care what room it is. Shop at the same mall, go to the same concert. Like, I don't want to be anywhere near you if you got a page like that. That's disgusting.
He clearly has mommy issues. They we ain't got there, but that's what I'm getting from the MILF vibe. Not to say that every person that is interested in that has mommy issues, so that's not what I'm saying. But in this scenario, I feel like because I do remember a little bit of stuff, so yeah.
I love the next moment as we get to this next scene. We have Walter and Jesse bringing Crazy Eight in the house and just looking at him, realizing, yo, we got a problem on our hands. We have to find a way to dispose of this body, or at least not even dispose of him, kill him, and then dispose of him. And like you said, Mo, earlier, neither one of us are killers. I love the moment when they leave the room and have a conversation. Like, hey, dude in the RV, is he? Is he out of here? Yes. You sure? You sure? Because I don't want to see another dude walking down the street. You know what I mean? If you ain't all the way sure. Um, Jesse snaps back. Feel free to go check. And this is where they're arguing. It's funny when you see the first signs of their relationship. This is more of this to come as they move forward on with their partnership. But they're really just trying to figure out how the hell do we get this, or get rid of this problem. Walter wants some intel. Who is this dude? What's his name? Crazy Eight. What type of name is Crazy Eight? Blah blah blah. Um, he's trying to find out some information about the guy in the RV, and then he asks Jesse a simple question: is this a businessman? Is this somebody that we can speak to reasonably with logic? Jesse obviously gives a smart answer of, hey, considering he tried to kill us, I think he might be a violent person and might not really set up for reason. So then they obviously have the concern of, or they hear him downstairs and they realize, hey, we need to tie this dude up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him being looking for weapons. I don't want him acting like he's dead and he's not. Come downstairs, see he's really laid out, and then have the smart idea to find something to tie him up with. As they continue to do that, they have a difficult conversation of that this is we and not us. And it really goes into what the relationship is like. There's really a lot of blame on how they even got here to begin with. I know we spoke about that a little bit earlier. And what's your responsibility, right? Jesse rightfully says, I didn't come to you looking to kick meth. I didn't say, hey, random old dude, lamest dude I know. You want to cook some meth with me? And Walter says, you the one that brought him out to the desert. As they're figuring this out and have the conversation about who's going to kill Crazy Eight, what do you think about their overall conversation about how they got here?
This was part of the appeal to the show to me that made me overlook the previous scene where you're talking about dude walking down the street and me having so many problems with that. One of the things that we haven't seen in prestige TV, if we're talking about The Sopranos, we're talking about The Wire, Power. I don't know if it's prestige, but these
Nah,
people run into
stop it.
it's not
Stop
right.
it. Yeah.
Fine, fine. Well, even like you say something like The Shield, or you say things like that with Vic, what you push me on, or Sons of Anarchy. These people have signed up for this life. So on the TV show, they're dropping us into this world, and these are the problems that occur while you're Avon Barksdale, while you're a Stringer Bell, while you are a Tony Soprano or Christopher Moltisanti. The brilliant thing about this show is these are things that occur to people like they ain't even considered this. They not built for this. This ain't even the life. Like they don't know nothing about none of it. We gotta kill somebody. Like what are you talking about?
Right.
This when I felt myself get more intrigued by this series, and I'm like, oh, I ain't never seen this before. I ain't never seen someone try to sell drugs that wasn't a drug. Like you giving me this drug dealer as a series star, but he ain't a drug dealer. He ain't a killer. He ain't a
Mm-hmm.
bad person. He a school
Mm-hmm.
teacher. And when something like this happened, like it always happened in the drug game, how the fuck do they figure it out? This is when it started to pique my interest.
Hmm. Interesting. Mo, what about you?
Yeah, I think Spike hit it on the nose. Absolutely. I mean, I think they had a great argument, but it's Walter's fault.
Yeah.
And I just find it the thing that I find interesting. Obviously, I love how Better Call Saul elaborates a little bit more on Crazy Eight's character. It's just a little sidebar there. We got a little more of him, so that was dope. But
Thanks.
it's amazing to me the fact that these two civilian guys, Walter is not just thinking about Crazy Eight. He's thinking about the other body that's in the RV and how to solve that first. Because he's like, oh, we're talking about like having to get him out. We got to whack him. But while we're trying to figure that out, we got a bigger problem. Because I'm thinking Crazy Eight's the biggest problem. He's alive. He's a witness. He's seen us. He got people he know. He can get us out of here. And the way Walter came to a conclusion, even I was like, damn, he right. He says it's about to get warmer outside. There's a dead body in there. I'm like, damn, bro, I ain't even think about that. You know, so that was just it's something small, but sometimes I always like when people harken your attention. Think about this. And it's like, I did not even think about that, you know. So that was like amazing to me. And even in that moment.
That's one of the things that
I'm,
this show does best too. That's one of the things this show does best when you're seeing and they're front facing a problem to you as a viewer, and then they bring up something else that should have been obvious, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
This show
exactly.
does that. This
They
show
do.
does that extremely well.
Yeah, you're right.
I do want to. I want to push back a little bit on this whole Jesse Pinkman didn't pick this. At some point, you are compliant. At some point, you have the option of saying, you know what, call the cops, bro. Turn me in. Remember, that's what Walter threatened him with. Either work with me or I'll tell, the DEA that you were the one at the house, bro.
Yeah.
I'd rather be in jail than be involved in this shit. I understand the easy answer is, hey, like Jacob's training day, man. Or excuse me, like Alonzo in training day. You want to go to jail or you want to go home?
Jail, you want to go home?
Jail, you want to
I
go
get
home?
it. I understand that. But at some point, when you come to me talking about, bruh, we can put acid on this nigga and dissolve his body. Like, we doing that shit and I'm not a killer? Like, bro, I didn't sign. Nah, bro. Because and I know this is the only way out. It's either that, either I go to jail for dealing meth or I go to jail for murder.
You
Like, at
already finna
some
go to
point,
jail
there's
for
got
murder
to.
though. That's the thing. Like you got a murder charge now if you call the police.
That's my whole point.
So you saying just
That's my
back
whole
out
point.
of it
So
and
you
let
got
Walt
it.
deal
So
with
you
it.
you got it. Yeah. Well, not even that because Walk taking me down. Fuck out of here. Walk gonna try to. We saw, not to get too far ahead. We saw how clever Walt was when he saw the pressure coming on him. How easily I'll pin this shit on you.
Yeah.
And that had nothing. This has nothing to do with Jesse, y'all. This is way down the line. But either way, that's the whole thing of it. That's why I said the show is brilliant because it forces everybody's hand. There's so many ways when you want to look at it and say, bro, just leave, just walk away. And you realize, yo, you really can't. It just keeps getting worse. If I didn't, the only way I could have backed out was right at that moment when he came to my crib.
Yep.
Before I even knew how bad it could get. You know what I mean? And all of this is by chance, but it is what it is. So I'm sure Walt don't want to work with Jesse, and Jesse don't want to work with Walt. They obviously did the coin toss, which Walt's the type of dude to have a two-headed coin.
Two-headed coin.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Walt's the type of dude to have a two-headed coin, but maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking
we got
about
rock,
future.
paper, scissors. We got to rock,
Maybe
paper,
I'm thinking about
scissors.
future Walt, man, because this is still human Walt. But
It's
as we move
the
forward,
disgusting.
Which
It's
one?
the
Which
disgusting
one?
Walt
Which one
that
of
you
y'all?
see in the future.
Which one are y'all taking? What duty? Which duty are you taking? The Crazy Eight thing or the Emilio?
Emilio already dead.
Yeah.
To have that on my
No,
conscience, I gotta drop Crazy Eight. I don't know, man.
Wait, what was so the question
So-
is, am I taking
Are you taking the disposing of Emilio's body, or are you taking having to kill Crazy Eight?
just dropping him in acid, right?
Who?
The dead
Emilio?
body you only dropping in acid,
Yeah,
right?
you're drilling acid, but you gotta kill.
But I gotta kill the other dude.
Kill Emilio first. I guess technically you could.
You gotta do both, really.
Tie him up and drop acid on
Crazy
him.
Eight, but yeah.
But you gotta watch that shit. That's different. You gotta watch a man die that way. That's different. So which one you going? Because remember, Walt grabbing a knife. He don't know how he's gonna do it, which is why he's hesitating on doing it in the first place. You don't want to shoot him and make a lot of noise, but I ain't no killer, bro. I ain't really about to have gore and shit with a knife. That's a crime of passion.
Whoever do the one in the RV got to do double duty because you got to do the same thing with the other body.
Yeah.
Nah, I would.
So
If it was me,
I'm
if I'm in this
taking.
situation, bruh, you kill him and you dissolve of it. I'm only doing one.
Hmm. Yeah, then give me the body in the RV. Yeah, give me the
That's what I'm
body in the
saying.
RV.
Give me the body in the RV, bruh.
Yeah, probably the body because I don't have the to get to that degree to say to off somebody like you really got to get to a real anger point, and it's like
Or it's anger or self-preservation. Some murders happen that way too. Like it's either like I'm gonna lose my life, whether to that person because they're trying to kill me, or to the justice system because I gotta go to jail for the rest of my life if somebody find out about this. Now I gotta cover it up.
mm,
So that's one of the motivating factors for murder when you like, I gotta do this. Like ain't no way
so
out
it
of
kind of
this
it's like a
unless me
priority at this
doing this.
point.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm definitely Amelia though.
Yeah, I'm the same way. That's all. That's the only option in my opinion. We get to the next scene where Walter's at Jesse's. He's having a beer, and we get a phone call. Is Jesse calling his house because he needs to speak to Walter about a plastic bin? Walter tells him, and I thought this was just a really cool scene. Walter telling him about the LDPE. Um, you know, acid can go through all this, but we need plastic for this. No, excuse me, we're not there yet. But Jesse mentions, any kind of real acid is going to eat right through this thing. No, it won't. Not this plastic. And Jesse asks why. Look, you skipped, you clowned around, and just generally jerked off while you were
Hey
in my
man.
class. Your chemistry lessons are over.
Miss me with your high horse bullshit, nigga. You just killed two people and telling me that I'm always look to be a loser, whatever the fuck it may be. I don't want to hear none of this shit. And this one of the problems with Walton, why I always thought he was a villain. Like, shut up. Like we're trying to figure this out together. Don't go back in time and talk about how bad of a student I am. Man, I'll smack the shit out of you, Walt. Like,
Like
stop.
look where you ended up, bro.
Yeah, look where you at, nigga. What you talking about me?
You knocking on my door and talking about I
Yeah,
was a
you
bad
40, you're
student
50-year-old man with cancer trying to cook meth. Nigga, what you
eating
talking
veggie
about?
bacon, bro.
He don't even
Yeah,
know
like,
about the
nigga,
cancer yet.
why
That's
your
what makes it
wife
even
give
crazy.
your wife give you hand jobs on your birthday, nigga? Get out of here. You can't talk to me like that. Can't talk to me like this.
Hey, man. Hey, bro, that's a real
Hey,
shit.
that's right there with Carmela selling sausage
You
samples.
can't
Like,
talk to me like that, bro.
That's right
Yeah.
there, yeah. Yeah,
But
man.
I know something about you. Like, stop playing with me, bro.
It's facts.
And on top of that, as we continue this conversation, Jesse on the phone, like, bro, did you do it? You ain't even done it yet. So stop talking all that
Yeah.
big boy shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse also tells him, listen, with as much as he breathed in, you might as well look at it as you doing him a favor, bro. He probably already suffering. It might kill him anyway. Just go ahead and end it. You know what I mean? Like just like you see a deer on the road who's suffering, man, headshot. Go ahead and end it so we can call it a day. We also see Jesse attempt to get into one of these bins just to see if a body would fit. Now, I do have an issue with this, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this. If we're putting a body in this bin, all I need is gonna dissolve anyway, right? So why don't I just start pouring, let it dissolve, pour some in the other bin, and just keep doing that until they even and call it a day. The fact that Jesse came home with 0 bins really pisses me off. Because that's something I just figured out on watching it.
Yeah.
That's something you should put together in your head. Listen, this body's gonna melt. It's gonna be nasty and disgusting either way. I'd rather do this than cut the body up in half and then try to do it. Walter was like, fuck it, shit, cut that nigga up.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right,
where-
but that goes to show Jesse's intelligence level too. He's not that
Yeah,
smart.
fair. I mean, we saw that on his My Shout page.
Yeah,
Did y'all have any thoughts
exactly.
on? Did y'all have any thoughts
Like
on the
even
scene?
trying to even trying to get in the bin at the store. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like why you like what are you doing? Like what if somebody walked by? Like that's testimony in the trial. Like they go to people that work there and know the body missing, know
Motive.
you out there from there. Like what are you doing? Why are you trying to get in the bin? Like stop.
Yeah, you look dumb. You look real dumb. Did y'all have any thoughts on the store other than what we talked about as far as Walter calm down?
Yeah, just Walter deciding to smoke some weed.
No. I'm talking about this at the store when they
Oh,
had
the
the phone
store?
conversation. Yeah,
Nah, I
any other thoughts on
mean,
that scene?
it's so authentic because it's like we're working this out in real time. I'm working myself up momentum wise to figure out how I'm gonna put a body in these bins. And while I'm doing that, I'm talking to you about figuring out how you're gonna work yourself up to often crazy eight. So it's interesting. Again, this is chemistry being built in a real messed up situation.
Yeah, I do like the chemistry part of this. Even looking for the bin, we learned something, which actually was it this scene? I can talk about it when we get to it at the end, but we know what's going to happen, so we can talk about it now. The scene with Amelia when they actually dissolve the body, somebody actually was inspired by that and did that in real life.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah. Somebody actually did that. They used that acid to get rid of a body. When we get to the scene, I'll talk a little bit more about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Ain't really too much story, but I'll get some details if anybody wants to look up the story. But they said I got this idea of Breaking Bad.
Damn.
Pretty much what came to it. But this is where I want to get some opinions. All right, we go back to the house. Walter is going through different drawers to see what weapon he can use to kill Crazy Eight. Picks up a hammer, goes through the bags of guns, and then hears Crazy Eight making noise. So he goes downstairs and he's startled. Even though Crazy Eight is locked up, can't get to him, he's startled. He looks shook. And we hear Crazy Eight say, who's there? Did somebody break in? I can hear you. The whole nine. Crazy Eight mentions that he needs some water. And then he didn't say anything about food, actually. He just mentioned he needed some water. And Walter goes up to get him, son, because Crazy Eight's wondering, what are you going to do to me? He opens Jesse's fridge, which let me just comment. The way Jesse's living is disgusting. Like, disgusting. Like, every room in his crib. How old is that bologna? Why do you have, you have a burger that's bitten out of, and you have foil underneath. Just wrap the motherfucker up.
Yeah, meth
I
head,
can see
bro.
this pissing Rich off. I can see this pissing Rich
He's
off.
a meth
Yeah,
head.
bro. Great point, Mo.
He's a meth
I ain't gonna
head.
hold you. Whoa.
He's white smoky.
Yeah, facts. Man,
Don't put
them,
that on
I had them,
something.
bro. I got them two guns up there, bro. Like you just gotta, you just gotta like eat that, bro. Like I ain't doing the sandwich bucket water shit. This is like, I remember dude asked for the water on No Country for Old Men, and that's what got my boy fucked up. He had to
But
go
still
back
one
out
of
there
the
and give him for the water. Like that's one of my favorite movies, but one of the biggest mistakes in cinema history was him going back out there to give dude that water. Bro, like you just got to suck it up, bro. Pause and just go get like walk up behind him
Put a
with that
potato.
strap.
Put a potato on there. See if you got any
Yeah, just shoot
potatoes.
dude, bro. Like I just
Potato on
that's
there.
it, bro. I
Jesse look
ain't
like he got
doing like none of
potatoes.
this. Nah,
Cause
Listen,
look, cause throw the guns in there with the chemicals, man. Right?
yeah,
and I
you
would
got
have told
to.
him, oh,
But
or I
real,
would have told him, bro, look, you can shoot yourself, or we gonna melt you with acid. So like you decide what you want to do.
Okay, we can't do that because like they're not
you
gonna.
gonna take the gun and
That's
shoot me.
True.
that's like
But you
more
still change.
torturous. I mean, I'll just say like, yo, just poison the water. Like, you know what I mean? You already know chemicals.
What that? You a chemical? Yeah, you're a chemist.
You need-
Like that. There's a lot of things you could have did to make this go by. Like
Well-
that's a really good point.
That he
Mo.
should have
like
just did
put
that.
some
That right there,
mix
I
some
would've-
shit up in that water and make it kill him, and now we out of here.
That's it.
Yeah,
He
they,
said he
they're
thirsty.
saving that for later. We'll talk about it.
Good point.
They're saving that for later. But
Ha.
Yeah.
real quick, because I gotta ask a question on this. For one, going back to the No Country for Old Men, one of the biggest mistakes in cinema history, like you said, Spike. The only reason I don't roll my eyes at it, because it's so dumb, nobody would do that, is that I think it showed a moral.
But that character
It
would.
showed morality for that character.
That
And
character would
he-
definitely do it.
That's what I'm saying. He would do it, and he acknowledged at least when his girl said, "What are you doing? Fixing to do something dumber than hell, but I'm gonna do it anyway." He at least acknowledged that what he was about to do was dumb. So I'm glad they at least did that. But that either way, I just had to say that. This is one thing that I found interesting. Walter slides not just one jug, but two jugs of water, a bucket, and a sandwich, which tells me one thing if I'm Crazy Eight. This dude has zero intention of killing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have zero intention of killing me. Why would you prepare me for all of this just to kill me? You know what I mean? So I know you ain't even about that life. Whoever you are, you ain't really about it. You don't have the heart. Walter's slowly but surely telling himself that as well. But this is where I want to talk about Walter's humanity. Is this him just being nervous about actually committing a murder? Because when we talk about the whole conversation, was Walter always like this? Or did this Heisenberg act bring it out of him? a bucket, toilet paper, sandwich, and water to a man who's chained up, who can put you to jail for life, has to show some sort of humanity, right? Doesn't this
Nope.
go on the side of, hey man, I think this just brought it out of him. Go ahead, Spike.
This is just inexperience. Once he started to gain the experience paired with him already being broken bad, then he knows how to handle these situations. To me, this is just the rookie quarterback not taking the check down and going for the deep ball, thinking that it'll all be okay because I got these skills and this talent and I can make this throw. I've made this throw in the past, not necessarily in Walt's case, but I'm smart enough to outthink this situation and you're not. There's one way out of this and you're trying to avoid it. Just like in football, there's one way out of you beating this coverage, that's throwing to the check down. But you tried to go deep because you thought you had the talent to do that. He can't do that here. That's why I think he was already broken bad because what we did see and why this show is great and how they plant the seeds, this shows to how he continues to develop his criminal acumen. He just don't got no criminal acumen right now. But he's already a sick nigga. Like he already sick for even considering what they gonna have to do to him. I just don't know how to do it. Or think that I can pull it off without it coming back with me having to think about it late at night or me getting caught about it.
I think that goes to the preservation thing. What you think, Mo?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, he is sick. He was talking about brawls and cleavage earlier in the episode, so he's definitely sick.
Nasty nigga. Nasty of high school students.
It's
Nasty.
crazy. As for a joke, like that didn't
To your
use-
wife and
it was-
kids. To your wife
and
your
kids that didn't land. Like
That's nasty.
You didn't
And
even
you
have
thought
a
that would
good
be
punch.
funny?
I don't even think he was trying to be funny. I think he literally thought that was interesting,
Nasty.
which is even more disturbing.
Facts.
Walter goes upstairs after talking. No, Crazy 8 asks about Emilio if he's dead. Walter doesn't say anything. He goes upstairs, calls himself a coward, which I will say, Walter, you got to give yourself a little bit of. You ain't necessarily cowardly for not wanting to kill somebody. That's a
Yeah,
big
you just
step.
don't know how to do that. Yeah.
He sees Jesse's weed is scattered across, and we saw it earlier in the episode when he dumped it out
Nigga
the
had
bag.
some booty too.
Yeah, he rolls. Walt rolls like you, Spike. You see,
Shit.
you see Walt rolling up the bud like Spike Lee, and
No way.
puts a
No way. I'm an expert.
That's Spike Lee special, and it ends up actually rolling a decent blunt, a decent joint. Looks like something a little something I would have done maybe 10 years
I
ago.
ain't never do the two paper joint like that though.
I've never done a 2-paper joint. All my
I
papers.
ain't never
I
seen
did,
it.
I did the two paper. I did the two paper.
You did the two papers
Zigzags
connected
kinda
like
tear
that?
easy if you
Not
want
like
special.
that. It wasn't as far of a gap.
I
as
may
far as the
roll one
but
and then roll another paper on top of it, but I ain't rolling it like he did.
not
He rolling
quite
it
like
to me.
that. But it's not a bad technique.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a bad technique though.
Gotcha.
Oh, but Jesse comes home as Walter's puffing. It's really one of the funniest moments because Jesse it's that first moment where Jesse can relate to Walter. I'm like, oh shit, you in here smoking? Shit, you smoking weed? All
Roll
right,
up.
bet. You might be all right. And then the realization is like, wait a minute, is that my weed? Because if you smoke and you see somebody smoking your weed, or especially somebody who doesn't smoke or didn't put in, it's like, hold on, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Like, where you
man,
get
what
that
you got
from?
going on?
Where you get that from?
Hey, it went from happy to hold up. Where you get that weed?
That's accounted for. You know what I mean? Like you cutting into what I
Hell
was,
no,
antici-
nigga, this
I was
ain't free.
anticipating it to be last for this long, like bro.
Yeah, this ain't free, nigga. What you doing?
Yeah, Jesse mentions that he wasn't able to get a bin because there isn't one big enough to fit a body. And Walter has a sick idea. Once again going back to that, hey man, could have just cut him up. Which Jesse was like, nah, bro, we ain't about to do all that. I ain't even about to joke and play with you like that. I'm already shook by you want to put acid on these niggas. Like you in a different world. Walter lets Jesse know, I gotta go. All right, I already had to come after school. I gotta go. I got a doctor appointment to get to, and I'll be back later on. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll go ahead and figure this out. Any thoughts on this
Tomorrow
scene?
is crazy. Tomorrow is insane.
Doing them dirty. He's doing them dirty. Like it's.
He little
I
boy
get,
in him.
I get it to some degree because you can't create suspicion, even though you just have that type of wife that's just climbed, like he said, she's all climbed up his ass. But like it's like, bro, first off, dude escaped the RV, and I didn't know where he went. Then we got him here at the bottom of my basement, and now he's heaving and
Yeah, I gotta stay here all night.
Like, bro, there's no way I can sleep knowing that this man's gonna plot and figure out how to get this bike lock off his neck. Like, there's just no Wait,
Yeah,
bro.
you don't get to go home to your normal life,
I'm
bro.
gonna tell you what's
I'm
gonna
sorry.
happen. I'm gonna
You
tell
got
you
to
what's
figure this out now.
that's a fact. Like what's gonna happen is we're switching now. I'm gonna have to handle Crazy Eight and you're gonna have to dispose of the body
See,
because
that's
there's no way I can go to bed like that. There's just like you can't get high enough on anything to. Yeah, I mean, like, bro, like that's a scary thought. Period. Like, you know how we be. You just hear some weird noises in the crib, and you're like, "Yo, what was that?" Like,
mhm.
come on, man.
That's the issue though. Jesse ain't a killer either. So
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah.
stuck doing this. Once again, you can't take a hammer and beat his head with it. I ain't trying to cut him up. Probably ain't got the heart to shoot him. It's just too much. And even then, I'm just gonna leave him there. You got to be cold blooded to just kill a man and then just get rid of the body and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be cold blooded. So it's a tough scenario either way. As we move along, Walter Benchy had a doctor appointment, and we are able to get an inside look at what's going on. They're checking in on the baby. We find out that there's going to be a baby girl. You reminded, even though with all this crazy shit going on, you are reminded, as Walter mentions, I wanted it to be a girl all along. Skylar says, remember that when she turns 16 and starts dating, and you remember in that moment, like, damn, Walter never gonna see her 16th birthday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick. And it's just a good reminder of, hey, Skylar doesn't know this. Nobody else really knows this except for Walter and his physician or his doctor. Um, then Skylar decides to, after this fun moment of realizing he's having a baby, celebrating life, figuring out the gender, Skylar just can't let shit go. She can't wait until it's home. She has to ask, who is Jesse Pinkman? Drops his name. Which, for one, how the fuck you know about Jesse Pinkman? But for two, don't deny it. He called this morning. I saw his My Shout page. He attended your school. See your former students. Why are you messing with some burnout druggie? And then Walter proceeds to tell her that he buys his weed from Jesse. Fellas, let's talk about this scene and what Skylar was up to and Walter's response. Because Skylar did tell her, listen. Walter did tell her, listen, for once in my life, get out of my ass. You always in my shit. You always on my case. You always on my head talking about this, that, and the third. Shut the fuck up. He didn't say shut the fuck up, but shut the fuck up and let's just live this life. I ain't in the mood for your bullshit. I got a lot going on. Let me do what I need to do. And you worry about making sure you and the baby are healthy. Get the fuck out of my business. Pretty much what he told her if it was one of us talking to Sky. What did y'all think about this scene and Walter finally standing up? Shout out to Ike, finally standing up for himself and making sure that his opinion's heard. And Skylar's behavior.
Walt playing this all wrong. He's lying at the wrong moments. That's the problem. He's lying at the wrong moments. You're lying about smoking weed, but then you don't. You should have told the truth on the cancer. Like this is my whole thing.
This would have been the perfect opportunity.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro,
Good.
you're lying at that's how I'm like,
That's
bro,
a
you
good
can't
point.
even lie right, bro. Like you're lying, you're lying on like, oh, he's my dealer, but then you don't like it's crazy. And then you're just like, what you trying to save face so she don't look down on you or look at you less than because you got cancer? She already looks at you less than. You told her not to climb up your ass and she continued to proceed. You know what I mean? So
Damn, I
that's
would have dated this whole thing. You're right, bro.
that's what I said, bro.
That's
You
a
can't
really
even
good point.
lie right. That's what it bothered me so much watching it. I'm in my mind. I'm yelling at the screen like, bro, just tell her you got cancer. She would have never
And you
even pulled
smoking
up.
weed to deal with it. Yeah, you smoke.
That's exactly what I
I
said.
just found out I got cancer. I'm smoking weed to deal with it. I didn't want to stress you out because of the pregnancy. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. It's over with. Now she feeling sorry for you. It ain't no Jesse Pinkman investigation. Like the crawl out of my ass shit ain't gonna never work.
Nah.
Like, and again, me and Rich talked about this on another week in the books recently, in the sense of, well, like, if we're in a relationship, like, I ain't trying to be up your ass, no way. Like, I'm you do you. Like, but if shit start to drastically change, I gotta ask. See, this is one of the moments where I can't really shit on Skyler. Like, she's right. Like, bro, like something weird about you right now. Like, you got to point that out for your partner. If y'all locked in and in a committed relationship, like, you got to point shit out when shit get weird. You can't wait till it get too weird for you to be like, all right, now what's going on? So she wasn't wrong in this sense. Like, even though we just did the baby thing, she wasn't wrong in the sense of like, nah, I got to bring this up, bro. Like, yeah, you wilding right now. I don't know what's up. And if, like you said, Mo, he had responded and been like, okay, damn, I'm sorry. You know what, baby? I just found out I got cancer. I ain't know how to tell you. I ain't know how to deal with this. Boom, knocked that out of the park. Nigga line 101. That was it.
That was it. He missed the
That was
swindle,
it.
bro. They always say, they always say the best lies is keeping as close to the truth as possible.
Keep it close to the truth as possible, so you ain't got to remember too much.
Boy.
Absolutely. And y'all made a great
Glad that
point.
we know that.
Yeah, yeah, it's facts. But y'all
It's a
brought up a
joke.
great point that I was going to mention,
joke.
which is I did the same thing. Having rewatching this for the first time, I thought this was the moment when he told her, because it would have been perfect. Even to what Spike said, I'm smoking weed to deal with the cancer, and that's what's going on. That'd have been a perfect way to get out of it, and you would have prevented the future events as far as her pulling up to Jesse's crib and all of that. And she would have gotten out of your ass had she known you dealing with that. At least we
Because
think
now she's
it is still
sympathizing with you.
Skylar. Yeah, and instead of doing that, you got to hear about, bro, I bought a fucking nickel bag. I didn't even get none, but I'm lying to you, but I smoked a joint. It's weed. You up here talking about DEA agents and shit? You gonna get Hank? Why the fuck would he care about a bag
You
of
gonna
weed?
waste Hank time? Like, yeah, I'm making you
Yeah,
feel super small right here. Like,
yeah,
I'm making you feel sorry that you even brought this. Like, a real nigga would have been like, man, she would have been crying. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to offend you like that. Like, that's the type of shit would have been on.
yeah. Please, just once get off my ass, and I feel him on that because that's
Yeah.
nonsense. It's way too much. And he did it with a smile on his face. That's what makes the whole thing funny. He did it with a little
Facts.
smirk. Like, stop playing with me,
Which
man.
this goes to my diabolical point. He's
What's that?
diabolical. This a diabolical dude, man. This Walt is
Nah,
not. He is a unhinged person, bro. And he been
yeah.
that way since day one of this series.
He's just a fed up dude, man. That's all. I'm with Ike. He just fed up, bro. I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm 50 years old. I ain't never got my respect. I'm finally
If you
taking it.
let people, if you let people disrespect you, you're gonna get disrespected.
That's fair, man. You teach people how to treat you. I'm a big believer that you
Yeah,
teach people how to treat you.
facts.
We're moving forward, and we see that Walter's back at chemistry class. They're conducting the test. Nothing really going on other than him talking to himself. Stop. Just got a lot on his mind. And then we go back to Jesse's house. Jesse is watching the Three Stooges and smoking crack.
That's a myth.
Once again,
That's a myth. That ain't crack.
thanks for Spike. I'm more concerned that you were even showing us the difference between the two. I got questions for you
It's a
after we finish
difference.
recording.
It's the difference
Um,
between meth and crack.
there is a difference between meth and crack, but I ain't know you could tell the difference based off the pipe. Got questions for you, Spike, but we'll hold those off
I
for
mean,
later.
I'm only basing it off his history. I can't tell the difference between the pipe, but I'm basing it off his history. I don't
I
think
think that's
see
crack.
like Jesse wouldn't be
I
able
think
to
that's crack.
function on like nah. Like from the
I'm just
crackheads that I've experienced, if Jesse got a hold of crack, I don't know no meth heads either though. So yeah, you might be right. I just think crack would have took him down through there. He wouldn't even be able to be dysfunctional on crack. Meth you can function on because it in like it's a amphetamine and it like increases your like focus or whatever it may be. Like they said that what is it? Adderall? Adderall
yeah,
is like
Adderall.
one molecule away from meth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Adderall is basically meth. It's just
That's
one
what is that why it's
molecule
not
away.
legal?
Yes.
Is that
Well,
why you
it's
have to get a
legal.
subscribe?
You can be
Yeah,
prescribed it,
prescribed.
yeah. But
Damn, that's crazy.
Adderall is basically meth. It's
Hey,
one molecule away
so
from.
your favorite podcast is a meth head. Was a meth
I
head.
don't know what that means. But
You know who I'm talking about there. That
I
did
don't.
Adderall.
A lot of
Um,
people do Adderall, but I
yeah,
don't.
Adderall's
But
a
I
big
ain't never
deal.
tried it. I don't need that type of attention span.
Yeah,
I'm
I
cool.
always feel like it's like a limitless pill. Mo, what you think? Is that crack or meth? That's a crazy question to be asking. You think he's smoking crack or meth?
What Jesse smoking?
Yeah, what's Jesse smoking? He's smoking crack. You smoke crack, don't you?
Meth.
Look at me.
Jump, jump.
I feel like meth. I feel like meth. Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
Y'all don't
it's
feel like
meth.
Jesse. Jesse don't even know where to get no crack from. Ain't no. It's
Ain't no
probably
crack
a
in Albuquerque.
very. Ain't no crack in Albuquerque.
We doing
Very
straight.
very limited.
We
Very
doing
limited
straight
amounts
meth
of
out
crack.
here.
Yeah, very limited amount of crack in Albuquerque.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, it's meth. But obviously he's smoking because he needs to go ahead and get rid of his body. He hypes himself up, says it's just meat. He did not say pause after that, and then we see him go to the RV and drag her body out. When right in time in the Grand Wagon, Skylar White pulls up as Jesse is removing the body. And she comes to the door, says, "Hey, I need to the gate," and says, "I need to talk to you. Stop selling my husband weed. He told me everything. If you do it one more time, my brother's a DEA agent. I will not be afraid to call him." Jesse, of course, is just happy that she doesn't know the real story. Absolutely insane behavior by Skylar. Mo, I want
Absolutely.
to get your thoughts on this and what she did as far as pulling up at this man's crib and threatening him to not sell weed to her husband.
Yeah, she's such a Karen, bro. Like I didn't want to go there, but like she just gives real Karen vibes.
1,000%.
And it's just like, because one thing about your husband is private. She's acting like she's trying to figure out if he's having an affair or something. Like that's the way she's operating, and that's what I really didn't like.
100%.
It's like, that's why I can't wait till we get to the Ted thing, because I got to see what led up to that. Because right now I'm kind of trying to see where her heart is, and it's like she's trying to protect her husband, I guess, from like, smoking weed, I guess. But it's like, I mean, how suburban are you, bro? We talking weed. Like I don't know. Y'all in New Mexico, it's like you're talking weed. How suburban can it get? And you're coming over here like telling them stop selling my husband weed. And it's like,
Karen is being nice. She being a real dickhead, bitch, or whatever it may be right here. Like your husband smoke weed, you finna go pull up on the weed dealer pregnant and tell him my brother's a DEA agent. Like that's
Walk inside his gate.
that goes to that
Walk
goes
inside
to
of his gate.
listen,
yeah, that goes to our criticisms of her in the first episode and what will continue to be throughout this series. Like, what are you doing?
listen.
Like Mo, you're married. Like, if your wife did this, you would be, I would assume, highly upset. Especially
Did
pregnant.
what? And pulled up
to say
where?
the least. To say the least.
Like you did what?
To say the least,
And
bro.
that's the second time this episode that you brought up the DEA about weed.
And we talking about dime bags. We ain't talking about me getting pounds and reselling it somewhere in the neighborhood. We talking about me buying a little smoke sack.
That's
Like,
what makes
come
it
on,
even more
bro.
upsetting. Like, bro, you don't even know how none of this works. You really think this is a big deal? Some bud? You mad about some bud? Man, get the fuck out of here. And you got the nerve to turn around and talk about something you might want to consider a new career. Man, get the fuck out my property.
Bro.
Straight up.
Move, if you don't get off my
But I guarantee
If I did not have a dead body right behind me, it would have been a whole different
and
conversation.
the audacity that she had.
that's
Yeah.
what made me
Like
so
the
mad. I was like,
conviction that she was speaking with. Like, we talking about weed right now. You don't even know what's really going on. Like, if you knew what was really going on, this wouldn't be nothing to you. It's
and then
crazy.
but again, like this speaks to Jesse, operating on clown status, you know what I'm saying? Because you're selling drugs and you have a MySpace. You're not on the dark web, bro. Like
I would have told her.
you're on public domain. Like if this was a black drug dealer, she would have never did none of this. Let's be very. If this is one of the drug dealers from The Wire, this would never happen. Like
Well,
I say,
that's
this is
Didn't
Slim
Jesse-
Charles. If this was Slim Charles, she seen, oh, he got a MySpace in, and she would have never even. It wouldn't even happen, bro.
Didn't Jesse know Walt had cancer at this point?
No, nobody knows.
He ain't told him yet. Okay, gotcha.
Nobody knows except for Walter and his doctor. This is random. Is Jesse the worst dressed character in TV history?
In TV show history.
Well, hold on, we can't
Yeah.
go TV history because there's shows in the 70s and like, we can't do that. We can't say history, bro.
He up
Like,
there,
They
bro.
would at least they was
Prestige
dressed for their
TV history.
time. Like this nigga.
Yeah,
dressed
Prestige
terrible.
TV history. He up there.
and prestige
what-
TV history, that might be.
I can't even think of
But-
one person.
I ain't gonna jump out there just yet. We gotta do more observations.
Yeah, well, all right, man.
Okay.
He's dressed nasty. But
Let's make a
y'all just
note
brought
of that. Let's keep a running
Because
note.
fashion
of
is
that,
so not a thing in this world. That's which is and
Oh, God, no.
in difference to Sopranos and how they suited and booted.
There's no fashionable person in this world, but there is one fashion thing that you can point out in this world
Okay.
that I'm not sure if y'all seen the theories on or no, but Marie always wore purple.
yeah,
I
we
think
always-
I
you
seen
talked
a
about
thing
that.
about
I don't know
that, but
why.
I don't know the
Okay.
detail about it.
Yeah, she always wears purple for some reason. It's think pieces about why, but I ain't dived into 'em.
Okay, when we get more on Marie, bring that back up because I would like to
Okay.
discuss it because I don't know exactly, but I would love to have that sidebar citation.
Okay, then bet. Dang, what was I just about to say about this scene? Oh, y'all brought up a good point too about Skylar pulling up to Jesse's house about just knowing him, right? You talked about if this was Slim Charles, if she had more detail on that, this would have never happened. But 1,000%, um, the reason she was able to is because she saw your MySpace page. She saw the way you operate. She heard your voicemail. You a clown. I can pull up to your crib and tell you, bro, you good. First of all,
Clown status.
I found you, and I know that you sell weed. Like, if I can find out, you really might want to reconsider. So I understand her going, but the audacity, like I said, that conviction, that's what really made it bad. And that's the stuff that I can't deal with. Like, you got me fucked up, Skyler. Stop playing with me. We go back to Jesse's house. Not that's just back to Jesse's house, but Skyler leaves and Jesse goes back inside the house, smokes some more, and decides to bring the body upstairs of Emilio. Falls down the stairs, brings him back up, and we see him finally put Emilio in the bathtub. Cussing out Walt a little bit under his breath, and then just begins putting the acid on him while he's in the bathtub. Now I mentioned earlier about a case. I do want to. It was in Iran, 2016. I'm going to mispronounce the name, like the Amir Hussein Pour Jafar. He was the murderer's name, and he was inspired to burn a corpse in a bathtub full of acid because of this episode. In case you want to look that up, Amr Hussein Pour Jafar, 2016 in Iran. That's insane to me. The fact that he actually did that and is based off a show. Would you take any responsibility if you was a writer on the show? Would you feel bad for people?
Nah.
Or would you be proud? Like, yo, my shit's so fire. The killer's trying this in the streets.
Nah, I'm good. I ain't like nigga. Like life imitates art all the time. Like I ain't like nah.
Absolutely.
I just like the writer of New Jack City saying I'm responsible for niggas selling dope. Like nah, like it is
Hold on,
what
what?
it is. I mean, like New Jack City was like Nino Brown.
Like
Niggas
trying
want
to be Black
Nino Brown.
Kingpin.
Okay,
Paid
okay,
in
I got
full.
you.
Like niggas want to do paid in full. Like niggas see that and think they can do that. Like nah, I ain't got nothing to do with what y'all think we all doing when y'all outside. So nah, I don't blame the writer for this.
Now,
It's crazy that he tried to blame him though.
I think there was something like
yeah.
that similar with Dexter. I think
Yeah.
there was something like that too, where somebody tried to be like a real life Dexter, trying to hunt down. Yeah,
Shit, you see it every day in rap.
Yeah,
True.
that's real shit. That's real shit.
Like, it's a common thing in hip hop culture where motherfuckers will see these little niggas doing the stuff that they do a rap about, and they go out and try it, and it's like, oh, well, such and such said it. I thought I could get away with it. Nah, it don't work like that, bro.
That's real. Really nothing to comment about because, as we know, it did what Walter said it was going to do. It starts dissolving the body. But Walter comes back to Jesse's, and Jesse's not happy. First thing he hits him with is, your brother's in the DEA? How you know that? Because your wife
How
came
did you
over.
leave that out?
Yes.
But
All right,
also,
let's talk about this.
why did you not ask that question? Because you seen me in the back of the police car.
That's a great point too, because Jesse mentions like, so you weren't just doing some ride along. Even if it was just some random, why the fuck is your old ass
Who do
doing
you
ride
know?
along?
Yeah,
like
what
you
the
an
fuck is that?
8-year-old in the back of a cop car, like you in the cockpit of a plane trying to get your wings, like a little kid. Like, I don't give a fuck what the reason if you related to him. Why the fuck are you doing that, bro? I got questions, but Jesse's an idiot, so of course he wouldn't ask these things. But that's a great point, man, because I would have assumed that anyway. Because there's no
Yeah.
way your grown ass
I would have
is just
thought you
here.
was the police
And remember,
or an informant. Like you don't
Jesse
want
was
to tell them.
Jesse was hiding when Walt came. Because nigga, I saw you at that scene. I'm not hiding because I think because you dangerous. I'm hiding because I think you the cops. And Walt had to tell him, I'm not here to arrest you. I will tell on you if you don't help. So that was a little bit odd for me when Jesse hit him with that, because you should have already known. Your radar should have been off. And that would have been part of the reason why I said, man, I'll call your bluff, Walt. Do that shit. Tell the cops.
We talk about break bad, you know. We see that Walt knows he's Captain Cook or whatever because of the license plate last episode. He's in his house now. He sees kind of the drug layout that he has. Do y'all think that Walt believes he can manipulate him at this point? Like
Yes.
I got mind
think he
control over
believed that.
Debo.
I think he believed that when he saw him sneaking out of the chick house. I noticed him. I know he was a
I thought that was
burnout.
just his entryway. Like, oh, I got an entryway.
But he knew he could manipulate him from that point, in my opinion. I know him. I know he'll burn out. I know he don't pay attention. I know he's not that smart. I'm finna hit him and show him how to really cook meth. It's gonna turn him up, and he gonna love that shit. He gonna be under my wing. I'm gonna make a lot of money through him. Like, I think that was his whole initial approach. I
When he
think
came back that night talking
he
to him.
thought all. Yeah, I think he thought all that shit out. When he seen him jump out of that window, he's like, "Oh, there it is. That's how I'll make some money." He just didn't know Jesse was. He thought Jesse was stupid. He didn't know he was that stupid.
Okay.
I love how Walt said he's my brother-in-law. Well, that's a load off my mind. Motherfucker, brother-in-law. I don't give a fuck. Y'all niggas
You
related.
know
You got
him,
me fucked
right?
up. And Walt asked, how'd you know that? Well, your wife came up here all up in my shit. And why are you telling her I sold you weed? Walter looks like he's about to cry. Just upset about everything. Can't believe after he just got finished telling Skylar to get off his ass that she would pull up. And not only that, you got to think. Walter probably is thinking, how the fuck did you even know where this nigga lived? Like you did that much digging to where not only did you find his social media page at that time, you called his home, you did reverse searches, you looked up his address, and you confronted him face to face. Like Jesse said, while he was moving Emilio. Hey man, your wife gonna be a problem, bruh.
Yeah, well, because it's like, bro, you talking about you still got to go to work, you still got to go home. Nigga didn't control that shit. Like if you gotta if that's the last thing of my worries. If we had an agreement and you saying, hey, I still got to play, you know, the civilian husband and the teacher and all that, then handle that. Why is that world crossing over into our world? Like, bro,
So let me ask y'all.
I felt Jesse on that, man.
I feel
So
Walt's answer though too. Like, it's better than telling her I cook crystal meth.
That's true.
And that's what I was just about to say.
That's true.
Would it have been easier for him to just let her in on what he had going on versus trying to keep this a secret?
I think we answered this earlier when Mo brought up it's easier if he just told her I have cancer. None of this happens if he tells her he has cancer. Zero.
Facts, but he didn't. Right, but he didn't. So now
Yeah.
I'm in this situation where you done went to this dude's house. You think that you didn't threaten him by telling him this. I got this going, like, and Mo, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but marriage is about true partnership. Like, you sticking with me through thick and thin. I got myself in some bullshit.
If you with the right person.
If you with the right person, which and that goes to the point of me thinking Skylar is not the right person, but I got myself in some bullshit because I thought that this was going to be a better way. Here's the reason why I can reveal the cancer now. I made some bad decisions. Now here is where we are. Was that ever an option for Walt? Do y'all think?
No.
No.
Mm.
Even
Because
from
of
the
who
first
Skylar
episode. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Who
And
Walt
it's
is.
it's not because of future Skylar either. Like as watching
It's-
this and saying, if I say I'm only see the first two episodes, I'm already knowing I can't trust Skylar with that.
I think Tony has a better chance telling Carmela what's up.
Cause she know what's up. She knew what was up from the jump.
You know what I mean? Like from high school up. Like I feel like Tony would have had a better chance telling Carmela than Walt would of Skylar.
And that goes back to, I guess that goes back to Spike's point a little bit too. If he did tell her and she got upset, that's in her right because Carmela did sign up. We have the famous. Who did you think I was when you married me?
Yeah,
right.
you
We have
signed
that
up for
scene in
this.
Sopranos.
Don't make
Skylar
me
didn't
make
sign
you
up
an
for you to
accessory.
get
Skylar
meth
didn't sign.
dealer.
That's a great point. She did not sign up for a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can
Another one
understand her
of the
being
great
upset.
things about this show.
Yeah, and it's
Because
It's
you should be able
frustrating.
to feel Skylar. You should be able to feel where Skylar is coming from. It's just the way that she carries it is so disgusting.
Well,
That's why it's upsetting.
it's the thing is it's like Walt is clearly a person that, you know, like smart like most men, happy wife, happy life, you know, trying to like, because I ain't trying to argue, I ain't trying to do the most. You good with it? I'm cool with it too. But like when he finally steps up and do something that he wants to do, and it's like, hey, look, fall back, don't ask no questions, just trust me, let it ride. Look, we just did that. I'm excited about our baby girl coming in, and then you still go over there. It's like you disrespected me as a man of this house or as a husband when I told you, can you climb out of my ass just this once, and you still can't do that. So it's like, for me, that's what makes her so bad because it's like, bro, Like the moment he does anything that's not in your structure, because like you're so structured, you jack him off while doing laptop stuff, and you know that he's going to be okay with it on his birthday. You could drop veggie bacon with 5 on it, you know, it's going to be okay with it. You can tell him go take, you know, you can not have a job, you can get pregnant, you know, y'all can be it's like, bro, it's just the way the lack of respect, and of course, it's lack of how he carries it with her. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing too. Is like you ain't never established that, so now you're asking her to climb out of your ass. But it's like, bro, you never really stood on business ever with a woman like that, because she's obviously a strong woman, how she carry it, but you ain't never carried yourself as a strong man. And now you want to be like, hey, fall back because you're on the weed. Now the weed got you wanting to get some heart. Oh, you got some heart. You know what I'm
saying? What was worse, the veggie bacon or the hand job?
Hand job. Nothing's worse.
Sure. Veggie bacon pretty bad though.
You
need to go turkey bacon. You didn't even go turkey bacon. Think about that.
That's
you didn't even go turkey bacon. You went straight veggie bacon. Like, come on.
Hey, but it is like I'm looking out for your health. I'm looking out for your health. I was
about to say, at least can say you're looking out for my health. There's some benefit of it. You don't give a fuck about me if you give me an offhand hand job on my birthday.
Right.
You might as well file the divorce papers.
Good point.
You pretty much saying you hate me.
Bro, you could have turned to the side, like anything. You
could at least do a little titty fuck.
Even that.
Something.
Even that, just something that shows it's like, look, I'm gonna go out the element a little bit. I might be tired. I got stuff on my mind, but look, let me do this because it's your birthday. Like, there's no consideration at all. Like that hand job is gonna be the ghost of this show. That's gonna always find its way looped back in because I'll never get past.
It's most stuff is gonna add to it. So yeah, you're right, but yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. And just wrapping up that point, it really is about Skylar's approach. Like if Skylar was on some, I see you stressed out. Let me talk to you, give me a little massage, rub your head a little bit. What's going on? Everything all right, man? I seen things been a little bit off. If she was one of those type of women, then yeah, I think Walter could be more comfortable saying, listen, man, I'm about to tell you something, you ain't gonna want to hear it. Do you want me to tell you? When I tell you you ain't gonna want to hear it, you ain't gonna want to hear it. I'll give you an opportunity now, but you got to promise. Like they could have that bond in that relationship. Skylar's just going off the deep end. Like I said, she's bringing up the DEA about weed, nickel bags. Can't talk to you about cooking meth. You know what I'm saying? There's no trust there. Like what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah,
you question me while we just found out the gender of our baby, and said your brother's your brother-in-law's a DEA agent. Are you crazy? Over weed? Hank probably smoked some bud. For real? So fuck out of here. But we flash back, or we get back to the scene. Jesse and Walter continue their conversation, and they start having a convo about who has it worse right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Walter's saying, I have the worst part of this. I actually have to take a life, like in a real way. That was gas. I have to actually murder this man while I'm looking him in the eye. I got it bad. And Jesse rebuttals like, nah, man, I had to carry the big 200-pound dude with dead weight up the steps. It was harder than you think. I could barely get him in the bathtub, which Walter says, bathtub? What the fuck you doing with the bathtub?
Bathtub?
What you mean bathtub? And then Jesse admits, I put him in the bathtub, put the acid in there. What's the point of running around town looking for these plastic bins when I got a perfectly good bathtub? And the expression acting. Just Bryan Cranston.
Great.
Like, incredible. Just that moment when you knew, like, no, the fuck you didn't.
We're going to have a conversation at the end of the series on who did a better job acting out this role, Tony Soprano or Walter White.
It's still time.
We ain't got to talk about it now.
Ain't nothing to talk about for me, bro. I'm going to keep it a bean. We can come back to this later. It ain't going to change. And then Bryan Cranston is he's going to body it, but there's, like the man, bro.
Don't give it away.
Just the
meat on the bone, there, Mo.
Okay.
It's meat on the bone. Pause.
Okay. All right.
And the fact that he knows right away and Jesse doesn't know, like you don't even know what you did, bro. He turns that corner, mouth agape, and Jesse he follows him and finally sees like there's something dripping. Yes, nigga, because sulfuric acid, it won't eat through plastic, but it's eating through metal, rock, and fucking porcelain, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And then we see the roof collapse or the top floor collapse with what looks like are parts of Emilio, and they come down. And that is pretty much how we end the episode. They go back in the desert, and there's two kids playing outside who find the gas mask that they left when they originally had the RV. and then cut scene. That is pretty much it. Any thoughts on what we see, or do you remember your first time watching this and realizing, oh shit, the motherfucking tub just collapsed? What the fuck is
It's
going on? And we still ain't talked about Crazy Eight.
it's funny the song that they were playing there was called "The Hole." If you,
Creative,
yeah,
creative. Any thoughts on this though?
Yeah, no, I remember watching it like, again, that first episode was like, okay. Second episode, seeing that, it's like, dang, they got another issue. So the issues or the problems that kept adding on, we got to see it through, which is smart because it's literally them putting the bait on the reeling hook. You know what I mean? To keep us like, okay, come back again. Because it's like, bro, okay, damn. Now you got to figure out your house looks crazy now. You know what I mean? You didn't put a whole hole into 2 floors of a house. You know what I'm saying? So it drew me in. Absolutely.
I got you. I got you.
same. A body falls through the floor. It's one of the great things that this series does in the cinematography work, which was outstanding throughout. Like you see the body fall through, the blood dripping, and even when they put them in the bathtub and they have the camera angle from under the bathtub, like all of that shit is like Breaking Bad. Like I feel like it was a pioneer in that space of doing that. So agreeing with Mo, it continues to draw like the pilot. You're like, oh, okay, I'm kind of intrigued. There's some problems that I have with it. Then you get to the second episode. Throughout the episode, it's like, oh, okay, maybe, kinda. Then it ends this way, and you're like, okay, I'll check out episode 3. You're still on the fence about it, but you
Hmm.
want to know more. And it did a great this episode. Excuse me, this episode and this series does a great thing in doing it.
Yeah, and there's only a few episodes like this because, like I said, once you get to 6 and start season 2, it's up. It's up. Every single episode is up. Um, all right, reached the end of the episode. That wraps it up on in the bags and the cats in the bag. Let's talk about some episode ranking and wrap up. First and foremost, one thing we forgot we said we were going to start doing is going to be quotes. Anybody have a favorite quote from this episode?
For me, it probably just be the like, can you please climb out my ass just this
Mm.
once, please? Like just because this is like, bro, like I don't ask for much because men are simple like that anyway. We're very low maintenance. So just one time I'm asking you, can you do this? And she still couldn't even do that.
Same for
Got you,
me.
Spike Lee.
I
Did you
thought
have
that was
anything?
that. Yeah, that was the same for me.
My
Could
quote
you climb out my
was, yeah, my quote was, "Good job on wearing the pants in the family." It's towards the end of the episode when Walter or Jesse confronts Walter about his wife coming over, and I just thought that was such a line because I don't think once in this entire series Walter wore the pants, even when
Nope.
he reaches his heights.
Nope.
His wife did not respect him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you a little old nigga that I just
Yeah.
gave a chance to when I was young.
12 year
That's what I think of
difference.
you. Yeah, that's what I think of you.
facts.
So wearing the pants in his family, even though he is one of the most ruthless and powerful men that in TV history, he never has that under wraps. So I just thought that was a telling line when we saw it. What about favorite moment in the episode?
Favorite moment?
Yeah, favorite moment in the episode.
For me, it's when Walt and Jesse, right before they flip the coin, it's like they have to figure out, because this was something that lingered with me when I turned it off. I was like, dang, this is like real heavy. Like, what are they gonna do? Just like, who's gonna do what? And then Walt saying that, hey, we got a more pressing issue. We got a dead body. It's getting warm outside, and he's already, he's decomposing. It's like, bro, we got to figure this out. It's just like how they had to come to a conclusion, and Walt not really being a flip the coin type of guy, but understanding that in this scenario, that's what it needs to be.
Mhm.
That moment, because it was they carried the anxiety they gave them and gave us watching it was just so deep because these are such regular dudes. You know what I mean? So for me, it would definitely be like when they had to make that decision about Emilio and Crazy Eight, who's gonna do what.
Got you. Spike Lee, what about you?
What was the question again? My bad.
Favorite moment in the episode? Favorite scene,
Oh, my
favorite
favorite
moment?
moment was the last episode, the last scene when the bathtub fell through the floor. I thought that was the thing that kept me hooked and that's the thing that this series does greatly, is we'll continue to see. But when you see that, you're like, okay, well, what happens next? So that was my favorite part.
I got you. Mine was, I'm agreeing with Mo. Just that this is the first of many Walter and Jesse disagreements, not being on the same page, and it's a reminder. And I'm sorry to keep repeating about how many times I've seen it. This is only my second time watching it. It's just a reminder that always been this dysfunctional. Like Walter and Jesse were never on the same page. Like
Facts.
never. And I couldn't remember when that started, when the dysfunction started, because yes, they had peaks and valleys, but it started in episode 2, really episode 1, but specifically here when they got themselves in a problem, play the blame game and realize we need each other to get out of this. And that's a big part of what we already touched on earlier. Yes, this is very dysfunctional. It doesn't seem right, but we're in a unique position where we actually do need each other. We can't leave. We are tied together until all this is done. Remember, we started this episode in that RV with them saying it's over with. We ain't gonna tell nobody what we did. We about to call this a wrap and we gonna move on. We already got the money from Crazy 8. We gonna figure out what to do to these bodies and it's over. And then they realize somebody's still alive. So all of that is just unfortunate circumstances as to why they are still here today. Let's talk about episode rankings. So remember, Blue Sky is the highest form. It's crazy good. A 96.2. That's a Jesse batch. It's good, but not bad. And then we have Glass, which means it's a street batch. How did you rate this episode? Glass, 96.2. Blue Sky.
I think we're
96.2 for me.
gonna go Blue Magic. We'll probably modify that.
Really?
No, I'm not.
Blue
No,
Sky.
I'm not.
Oh,
saying
yeah,
that
I
the
thought you
ranking.
was calling
I'm
the
saying
episode.
we'll switch our turn to Blue Magic just because I think it flows
All right,
better.
cool.
It fits,
and so
it fits us better.
It fits us
Yeah.
Shout
better.
out to
Blue
American Gangster.
But anyway, go
Can we
with
change-
your ranking.
Can
Let
we
me
change the
get
title of the episode?
on.
Of the podcast? Yeah, that's too late. Nah, this inside joke, y'all.
Hey,
If
I
y'all
got one for us.
Ah,
I got one for us.
If y'all would have seen, the text thread battle on what we were gonna name this
Oh, my
podcast,
goodness.
man, me and Spike were on board, and Mo was like,
one thing
absolutely not.
We will
Like, it
say
got to
is
the point. Hold on, man.
Mo is resilient. Mo is
Hold
resilient.
on.
Y'all do.
Hold
know
on,
that, 'cause
Spike.
It could have been another title, this podcast, and y'all would have loved it and would have went down in history as far as what y'all know from us as good earners.
Oh.
But just know, Mo rejected it.
No, I mean Spike, you underselling it, bruh. It got to the point where me and Spike were so sold on this title and trying to convince Mo that Mo said, "Hey, if y'all want to go ahead and do Breaking Bad, y'all got it. I'm not
I
doing
wouldn't
it
even
under
do
the."
it.
He was so
With all my
persistent that he
heart,
said,
with all my
I will
heart, I said
remove
that.
myself. I will
With all my
remove
heart, I
myself
was
from the
like, I
pie,
can't-
if that's what y'all want to call it. We'll talk about it one
If
day,
someone
like in
wants
the
to know
lab.
what that
Yeah,
is,
yeah, when
send
we in
us
the
an
lab.
email. No, send
Nah,
us
we'll
an
talk
email.
about-
Y'all want to know.
this-
If y'all want to know, send us an email.
Nah, I'll tell you what. Don't even send it. It was still early. We're still finding our groove. We had an episode of Good Earners where we had like a how did
The
this
origin.
come about episode.
Yeah,
the
the
origin of
origin.
Good Earners. We'll have an origin of No More Half Measures, and we'll kind of tell that story because it was a real. And once Mo did that, we was like,
Great name.
You
Great
win.
name.
It was a great win.
Mo stand on his shit. I give him
I
that.
had the
man.
vision. Hey, I had the vision for the title.
Hey,
All that. It
one-
made
would've been
sense.
great.
Hey, one
That would
thing,
have been such a good name, bro.
one thing that people got to understand about me is like when I really I consider everything and all things, and when I make my mind up on something, bro, you gotta
It's
be
made up. I respect you.
you got to be a hell of a salesman to get me off of when I get there, because once I get there, anybody that knows me is like, bro, this is where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, that's how. Even as a kid, my mama can attest to that. Like, you know, so I would leave a shoe store because I didn't want to get the 60 spot. Like she'd be like, well, this is what I get. Choose from this, or you ain't getting no new shoes, and I would walk away with nothing. Because
I did that one time. I did that one time with my mom, and she said, "You can get out the car if you want to," and she pulled off. I told that story on Another Week in the Books.
Hey,
I did
my
that
mama pulled
before
off
too.
on
I
me,
tried
too.
that.
Yeah,
I tried that before. She was like, "All right, you can get out. You that man, you can get out." And I'll leave. And I got out and she left.
Oh yeah, my mama did me like that too. It's real. Like, hey, listen.
Facts.
So, but nah, I can't wait to talk about that. Like when we do an in the lab, something like that. But you said 96.2, so you said a Jesse batch for you, Spike.
It's a Jesse batch. It's a Jesse batch.
I can't. I'm trying not to be crazy with it. I really want to give it that. You know what I'm saying? I really want to give it that Blue Magic, but if I did, it would be a lower Blue Magic because of what we know is coming. But I think for the sake of because this episode really got things moving, but it feels short. So I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with Jesse Bax at 96.2 on this one for sure.
My fault. I don't know what happened with the connection, but I'm with y'all. It's 96.2. It's a Jesse Batch, nothing too special. It's a very observational episode. Like, there's not a lot to really break down and discuss. It's us just reacting. I know the podcast is us reacting to what we see, but it's really just them moving along with the same scenario. As I mentioned, there's 3 straight episodes of them trying to figure out one problem. So that's going to be a big part of this and what we got going on. So it is right there, but it's very entertaining, and you find out more things about each character and how this world is going to work out. So 96.2, I'm good with that. Who is the one who knocked? The MVP of the episode. Who is the one who knocked?
I'll let you go first, Mo.
I guess I gotta go Skylar, man. Skylar White. As much as I don't want to give her credit, she knew right away you full of shit. I'm gonna call back. I get this voicemail. I'm gonna go on my shadow, check out his information. I got his address. I'm gonna pull up on him. Then I'm gonna tell him stop selling drugs, and I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna open his gate, and I'm gonna tell him you need to consider another occupation. Like, she got it all the way off, regardless. Like, and again, I don't like it. Let's be very clear. I don't like it, but she got to be the MVP because she moved according to what she felt she needed to. So I will give her that, even though I don't like it.
Spike Lou?
I'll let you go first because I know if it would be an unpopular opinion, but I have the same one as you, Skylar. As much slack as she's going to get throughout this series, please be prepared for it. She was definitely the one who knocked in this episode. She put her nuts on the table and she was like, "Nah, I ain't letting this shit go down. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna question you about this. Like, nah, I ain't doing this." So yeah, she was the one who knocked.
Trifecta. I mean, it's crazy, but this episode does not have a lot of winners. And Skylar's the one that actually asserted her dominance and made shit shake and made shit happen. Regardless of how we feel about it, she's the one in control of what's going on. Didn't even hesitate, like I told y'all earlier. Walter wasn't even all the way in the car before she started dialing. One thing about Skylar, she determined. And she persistent. She'd be great to have on this team. If Skylar was cool, you know how dope she would have been if she was like the Tasha to his ghost. There's somebody there to help him organize this shit. They would have been set. They would have been set, man. So Skylar got to be the one who knocks, man. That's crazy. It's got to be the only time she ever wins it.
That's got to be probably a second time somewhere.
It might be some other stuff. Yeah, it might be some other stuff.
We'll keep track of it. And lastly, who took the half measure this episode? Who took the biggest L?
Walter. You had one job. You had one job, bro. I said I was gonna get rid of Buddy. I got rid of him, even though it was ineffective because it was in the tub. But Buddy's still down in the basement, breathing and living, and you were supposed to take care of it. That's a half measure. That's not a full measure.
He's fully furnished.
I'm feeding you, yeah, and I'm feeding you, giving you something, yeah, like nah. That's the epitome of a half measure. Yeah.
And I gotta sleep here with him down in the basement. Come on, man, stop.
Facts.
All right, you gave it to Walter. Mo, what you thinking? Who gets the half measure?
It's hard because it's definitely between Walter and Jesse. I guess I'm gonna go Jesse. Nah, I'm gonna go Walter. Yeah, I'm gonna go Walter because Jesse had the idea of putting a bike lock on his neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, Walter didn't offer a ton of anything when it came to anything here. So Walter, he didn't control his wife. He didn't control his crib. You know, he picked dude up, but he waited for him to run, being high on meth vapes and knock himself out to put him in the car. It's just Walt didn't take he took so many half measures versus, you know, Jesse took one half measure, which was put him in the tub, but he still took
smoking crack.
We're smoking crack, but that's just another day. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I do. Like, I smoke crack. I smoke rocks.
Yeah, don't smoke rocks while you're trying to get rid of a body, bro. Y'all wildin'.
That's what got him over. That's what got him over for real though.
Nah, that's real. That's real. Or meth or whatever Spike Lee said it was. I don't know. Spike Lee's eagle eye. He can tell the crack pipe from the meth pipe and all that stuff.
I'm,
So
s-
you know.
I be, be so sad.
And he can't. He from that elk. He ain't seen things.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand. Well, I've had this conversation before with on another week. I mean, on is the mic still on? Like, yeah, if you know, you know. I'll just say that.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
You know.
We're going to trifecta again. I hate to do it. I really wanted to be different, but it really is. And the reason why the smarter person always gets the blame because you knew better.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Think about siblings, right? The older sibling always like these kids. I expect them, but you know better. You the oldest one. You've been around all that stuff, Walter. You should have taken a lot more preparation. At this point, you have more than enough evidence to realize that Jesse is remedial. Right? He is not the brightest book.
Facts.
He's not the brightest crayon in the box. You should know that off rip. So if that's going to be the case, you need to take extra care if you decide to be in business with him. As I've been mentioning in all episodes, you guys are handcuffed together. You have to be there, so you got to do everything you can to make this relationship work. And we see the manipulation and the mind games that Walter plays. They should have started way earlier. You should have emphasized the importance. You can't come home without a bin. I don't know why that wasn't. And it's stuff that you think Jesse's one of those people you can't assume with, right? We can say things to each other, and you can assume that I know what you know what I mean when I say this, right?
I can
can't
look.
assume
I
that
can
with
look a
Jesse.
certain way, and you be like, "Oh, okay, I
Yes.
get wait,
Well, you
I
know,
need
and
you to-
not here."
and in the future, you know, he learns from this where he lays it out where you don't have a choice. He learns from
Yeah,
this.
and that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Like, listen, put the rock down, look me in my eyes. You're going to go to the store. You are going to find a bin that says this on the bottom of it. If there's not one that's big enough to fit a body, get multiple.
Get two.
Don't sit your goofy ass in there to find out if it fits in the store. Just trust it. Get this size. All right? I promise you, do not come back to this house without a plastic bin that says this.
Yeah.
And that be
Not
the thing
optional.
with smart
We
people.
need to get this.
That be the thing with people as smart as Walter. Like they don't understand how dumb some people can be. Like
They can't fathom.
they can't fathom like you could be this ignorant or be this like what like how. I know I have that problem with people sometimes.
Yeah,
can
not
see
to
that.
reference another conversation we had, Spike, but we just talked about us seeing the Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
There's a scene in the Smashing Machine where a reporter asked who, like, what it would be like to lose, and he's like, what? Like, that don't even make sense to me. That question is foreign to me.
What do you mean
Like,
lose?
I'm genuinely trying to answer this question, and I can't do it because it makes zero sense. That's the same way Walter was thinking about Jesse, or like you said, smart people look at people. Like, I can't even imagine somebody being that dumb. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Facts.
And it blows you away. People will surprise you all the time.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that. So, with that being said, that's it for our episode, season 1, episode 2, Cats in the Bag. We'll be back next week with a new episode discussing the third installment of this series, or third episode of this series, should I say. Any final words before we get out of here, fellas?
Nah, man, great shit.
Hey man, just stay tuned with us, man. Y'all can reach out. I know Rich is gonna give all the handles and everything. But yeah, man, stay tuned in, laugh with us, have fun with us. Make sure y'all are watching the episodes before you listen on Monday. We always will come back every Monday with our methodical Mondays. So
I like it.
So
Look at
y'all-
Good Mondays to methodical Mondays. I like that.
yeah, so please make sure y'all watch the episodes first so y'all can catch all of the details. Don't let us just be the ones to paint the picture. Watch it for yourself, then listen to our reaction. So
Then
that's what I
send an
was saying.
email and
Man.
let us know what you think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or leave a comment.
Meth.
But yeah, I think my viewing habit is going to be watching the episode once we get done with this. I think I'm gonna
okay.
watch it right after we
okay.
finish the next episode, then watch it again.
I'm
and then
thinking
watch it
about
while
I'm thinking about
watching it.
doing doubles, bro. I'm really considering
Yeah,
doubles.
I gotta do doubles for this. Yeah, I did doubles with The Sopranos. I would watch it just because I enjoy that world so much.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah,
watch
me
it
too.
maybe 2 times before we did the episode. But to combat the I gotta watch the next one, I think once we get done with these episodes, I'm just gonna watch the next one.
Yeah,
And that way it
I
give
think
me
I
a
might
fresh thing in my mind. Then I'm gonna watch it again later in the week to make it a refresh.
What's your notes? Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Mo just coined it. I like it. Methodical. Emphasis on the meths. Word to Spike Lee. We out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.